Okay, let's see if are we live here? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Yes, no, maybe, no, audio, no audio. Testing, testing. Somebody say something. Do we have people? I'm assuming. Good, we've got audio. Finally, someone mentioned it. Well, welcome everybody. I can't hear myself, so I just had to check. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What time is it now? It is it's 3 minutes late. About 2 hours ago, I guess 3 hours ago, I decided that I needed a little bit of a nap before I did things. And then I woke up 3 minutes before I was supposed to be here, so I think I did pretty well for for getting ready in a few minutes. It's hotter than hell here in Utah, but not nearly as hot as it was in Nevada. That was crazy. It was 121 degrees this morning. So yeah, it was time to get out of Vegas when it's that hot. Um, dang, we're gonna do this without glasses today. There we go. Yeah. Vicky says, "Hey Jeff, welcome back to the U.S. It's good to be back, at least for the next week or so. Hey, Wyoming's here, great too. What did I miss while I was late here? Australia, we got Australia here. That's great. Is Jeff on Central Time, U.S.? And Jeff is now in Mountain Time here in Utah. It's good to be in Utah. Uh, yeah, it's a dry heat shit. It's got to stop. There, I mean, oh wow, Lisa, thank you so much. That's very, very good of you. We miss you. Thanks for the live. Yeah, I just had a few minutes. At least I thought I had a few minutes. I would have slept on through till the morning if I hadn't accidentally have woken up with 3 minutes to spare. This dry heat stuff has got to stop. I mean, at least with the humid hot. I mean, it doesn't get that hot in Korea. It gets to be about 90 degrees sometimes, even with the high humidity. But you, it's different than this dry heat stuff. Dry, I guess feeling wise, there's really not a big difference between 105 and 120. It's just you dehydrate and die faster in 120. I think actually like dry heat is probably more dangerous than a humid heat because you don't feel that you're dehydrating faster. You just get heat stroke and die. But anyway, how have we all been? It's good to be live here. I've got myself some Glenmorangie Signet to tide me over. Norsewoman visited Salt Lake City last April. Salt Lake's a nice place. It's a pretty little place. Stargazer. Kawaii says, I'm doing late night cleaning. My mom's coming over tomorrow. Yeah, you gotta clean the house if mom's coming over. That's an important thing here. I was 28 here in BC. Jeez. That'd be nice. It's 11. It's 11 o'clock at night here, and I still think it's hotter than that. Yeah, Missouri had 105, and I had 15, 16 to that. That sucked. And it was 121, and there was a wind blowing. Um, but anyway, again, just want to say thanks to you that have popped in here just for a quick no reason. There's a few things we can talk about, but nothing serious. It's just kind of a check in, a proof of life thing to, to let everybody know I'm still alive. But if any of you are watching this on replay, you're weird because we're not really talking about a lot of anything. But hey, great to have you here. Yeah, it's 100 degrees in Phoenix at 10:08. It's probably close to that here. Alan Tempest says, I have nothing to do since you're on holiday. kind of like me here, too. I don't have a tripod, so I've got to switch hands every now and then here. We'll deal with it. So, gee, what do we talk about? Well, first, again, if you want to, please please like this. It lets YouTube know that you care if you like the videos. And if you haven't if you've never seen this channel, if you like what you're seeing, please give a subscribe. I would deeply appreciate it if you'd reach down there, hit that subscribe button. And also, again, if you have subscribed, please look down there and make sure that you're still subscribed. There's been a lot of people recently in the past couple of weeks that have said that they're no longer subscribed, even though they thought they were. Uh, and I know, I guess it's probably because I haven't been doing regular live stuff, but man, we've dumped about 100 subscriptions in the last week. But they come in big batches. So I'm just wondering how of people that have been unsubscribed by YouTube. I know there's a lot because a lot of people have told me. Am I having a meetup in Utah? I'm trying to think, trying to find something. I'll be in Salt Lake on the 26th and the 27th of this month. I'm going to try to find some time. When I was in Vegas, I met with a friend of mine who works in the Las Vegas District Attorney's office. That was good. Uh, Nick just went live on Locals. Oh well. Hey, the fact that Nick went live on Locals and you all are still here, that's a good thing. I'm coming for you, Nick. Yeah. Uh, did you go to Las Vegas? And if so, how was it? Yeah, I just got back from Las Vegas a couple of hours ago, actually. It was hot, hot, hot. Didn't do much. Just ate, went to the pool, relaxed. It's kind of a chill thing. Went to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. If you've seen the Discovery Channel show Ghost Adventures, went to his museum where he's got all kinds of cool ghostly and haunted. In fact, that's why I'm wearing the shirt, the Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum shirt. Are you visiting some of the LawTube friends while you're in USA? I don't think so. Yeah, don't have anything lined up. But for those of you that saw several weeks ago, I did a live chat with a live stream chat with Danny On, she's running for the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office. I don't know if any of you saw that stream, but I'm going to be having lunch and dinner and drinks with her on the 26th, so that'll be fun. Other than that, I'm just kind of spending time with the family. I haven't seen the family in more than 3 years, so it's good to be with the family. When you're in Vegas, took my son out for his first two cigars. That was a nice rite of passage. Well, so what do we know so far about the world? Amber Heard has filed her notice of appeal. She's gonna do it. She's going through with it. I didn't think she would. I thought ultimately she would try to come to some agreement with Johnny Depp, whereby it would be something like, okay, if I agree not to appeal, if you agree not to come after me, or even Johnny being the one who asks, look, apologize, withdraw your appeal, and then I'll make it so I won't come after you for the money. I thought there'd be some sort of settlement, whereby she doesn't do anything, she apologizes, he doesn't pay. I didn't really think she would go through with the appeal, but it looks like she is. Now, the appeal hasn't been filed. She's filed the notice of appeal. Alan Tempest says, read my last message. Thanks. Where is your okay? You're my Bible. When I know you're live, I'm excited to watch. You've made a big difference to my life. Watching your live. Thanks for changing my life. Wow. You're welcome. Dang. That's heavy. Well, I'm here, so hey, cool, thanks. I appreciate that comment. And thank you for being here. Yeah, okay, real quick here, talking about my son and his first two cigars. Tonk 421 says, did he get sick? Salty Buddha Unbreaded asked, nice. Did he crap his pants with his first cigar? No, he didn't get sick, didn't crap his pants, nothing, because he had a great father to show him the proper way of smoking a cigar, showed him how to do it, walked him through it. He enjoyed it. He had a couple of old fashions and two cigars. It was starting out with a nice cigars to begin with. So yeah, he was fine. Oh, did I find the Legal Vices establishment in Vegas? It. I didn't have the chance. That really bugged me. But from what I could gather, it seems like it's just an office. It's not an actual establishment where they. It seems like it's a place where they provide the the vices for parties and things. I didn't get to it. It killed me. That's the problem of not having your own vehicle. You're at the mercy of others. Yeah. Anywho, so Amber Heard has filed this notice of appeal. What does that mean? That means because you have I think what was it, 60 days after the judgment to file the appeal. What the notice of appeal says, we are going to file our appeal. That's basically all it is. But then, I believe, and I'm not sure how it works there in Virginia, but my understanding is then you have a certain number of days to actually file the appeal, and to file the appeal, you need to make you need to post the security bond. You need to post the bond for the judgment amount. So the way I get it, and I may be wrong because I know nothing about about Virginia law, is that I want to say it's 5 days. What days is today here? It's Thursday. See, that's the thing about international travel. I don't even know what the hell date is. Let me check just to be sure. Yes, Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. If she filed it, so I'm thinking sometime around the beginning of next week, she's got to come up with a bond for $10.3 million and file the actual appeal. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's the important thing, is that security bond for the 10.3 million. She's got to come up with somehow. Elon's probably not answering his phone. Has it only been 30 days since the verdict? Wow. Yeah, it's 30 days since it was finalized. That's right. You got 30 days from the time the judgment was finalized. And yeah, okay. And it was finalized on 24th of June. Yeah, okay, that's right. It's the days for filing the appeal. And filing the appeal just says I'm filing the appeal. And then after that, you have the certain number of days remaining to file the actual appeal itself, and you have to make the bond. If you don't make the bond, you don't get to appeal. So that's the most important thing, is how she comes up with this $10.3 million bond. And the good thing about that is, if she does come up with it, ordinarily, again, I have no idea what it is, what the laws and process and procedures and things are in Virginia. But if you post that $10.3 million bond and you lose the appeal, then the bond still stays there. The bond is security for the judgment. And so if she loses that, if she loses the appeal, then Johnny Depp's team can enforce the judgment against that bond, which means he gets paid $10.3 million. So that'll be the good thing. That'll be the good thing for him. If she comes up with the money, then that means he gets paid if he wins. I mean, now if she doesn't appeal, he's got to go get the money somehow through assets, through garnishments. It'll be more difficult. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Paul Farrell, thank you so much for the donation. Says she's a Looney Tune in a bad way. Yeah. So of course she went for appeal. Well, she's in a way she's got to. If she doesn't appeal, she owes him the 10.3 million. But if you're going to appeal, you need to be really, really careful because you still have to pay your lawyers for the first round, unless she used all the money that she donated. I'm sorry, that she pledged just to the hospital and the ACLU. Let's assume that she somehow paid for her first round of lawyers, which was 5 mil, 6 mil, somewhere around there. She's still got lawyers. She's still got her lawyers to pay for the appeal. And if she loses, she'll have to pay the costs likely for Johnny Depp's lawyers, as well as the judgment. So she needs to appeal, but the risk is if she fails, which she's really likely to do, then she ends up owing a lot more than if she had just somehow paid it off. It's going to be a shit show. No matter what happens, it's going to be a shit show. And it's going to be a shit show where I'm going to buckle up, strap in, and enjoy every minute of it. KT says, I fell asleep. Oh, thank you so much, by the way, KT, for the donation. I fell asleep listening to a stream of yours the other night, and then you were in my dream. Ooh, okay. It was a nice dream. We were buying a house together. Hey, slip into my DMs. I'm afraid. Yeah, by the way, if you want to get a hold of me on Twitter, it's thelegalvices@twitter.com. My email is thelegalvices@gmail.com. So if you have any dreams you want to tell me about, that's the place to do it. Alan Temps, God, thank you again. Thanks for making my life happier. One day I'll come and say hi and have a drink. Yeah, if anybody gets to Korea, especially Busan, Korea, for whatever reason, let me know. We definitely get together for drinks. I can't wait to see what happens with this Amber Heard shit show. And again, it's just amazing how much has captured everybody's attention. I mean, my sister is not a lawyer; she's a school teacher, but we talked about the trial for about 4 hours driving down to Vegas, and probably another 3 hours driving back home today. And I mean, she's as smart as everybody else. She sees her. She's got no particular bias but she said she watched most of it because it was very captivating, and she sees it the way every other normal person sees it, and that's clearly that she's a psychotic nut job, Amber Heard, and that Johnny Depp was honest. He was himself, and he deserved to win. So she started out really not caring and just wanting to see, but definitely, like everybody else that's normal and rational and can process information and thoughts, agrees that the judge was fair, the jury was fair, the outcome was the way it should have been. So all the Amber stands out there, God knows, they're going to go into a hissy about all this. It's going to be fun. Yeah, Salty Buddha on Bread says she just dropped Eve Barlow. Yeah, I have. I've been seeing various tweets about that and a couple of things. I want to get deeper into that when I can. That's just hilarious. Because that's so much the narcissistic personality. Eve Barlow was doing her bidding, doing her Twitter stuff, getting her ass thrown out of court because she was tweeting, but she was doing Amber's bidding. She was there for Amber, and now Eve is no longer useful to her, so she gets rid of her. I mean that is so much this narcissistic personality, or this whatever the hell the Dr. Mommy officially diagnosed her with, the personality disorder, the borderline personality disorder things. That's just it. People are your friends. You're with them as long as you can use them, as long as they can do something for you. But as soon as they can't, then they're gone. And Eve Barlow's got nothing left off for her at this point. So kicks her to the curb, and whatever man or woman comes next in her life had better be going into this with their eyes goddamn wide open. And Casey, oh, thank you so much for your donation as well. This is for all the legal vices on your vacation. Oh, got some good legal vices. Um, maybe here in a minute I'll have to get up and show you maybe the whiskey I've picked up. We got some good stuff that I'm taking back to Korea with me. Why do SK trucks seem to spill beer and vodka all over the road? I didn't know they were prone to spilling beer and vodka all over the road, but I don't know. Hey, if you see spilled beer and vodka on the road, look for a bottle that's not broken. All right. Barlow's still simping though. Yeah, I've been looking at some of her tweets. It's I mean, see, I wonder if she really wants her back, or if she's simping because she's so far into it now she can't change her position. She can't change what she's doing. Because now if she suddenly becomes anti Amber Heard, then she's anti everything her life has been about for the past couple of years. Uh, Cece says, are you going to follow the Evan Rachel Wood trial? She recently made a statement to distance herself from Amber. Yeah, I'm already covering it. We've done a couple of shows reading through the complaint, the defamation complaint that Marilyn Manson filed against her. So if you haven't seen those videos, dig back through. You'll see the thumbnail, big scary Marilyn Manson face. But yeah, we're going to be covering it, and there's going to be a lot to talk about when I get back from vacation. So starting a week from this Monday, we'll be getting into a lot of other things. But definitely getting onto some developments in that case. Still trying to get Colonel Kurtz or Andrea Burkhart on here to go through some things, because they're kind of the masters of the Marilyn Manson case. Cast 154, the love bombing and great sex suckered many people in. HG Tudor has a great videos on her. Yeah, I never got caught up in the. For other of the law tubers, it's a badge of courage that they've been blocked by Eve Barlow and that nut job, law professor. But I never got into the Twitter wars about it, because you move when it's done, move on. But now that it's back, move back in. Tasty STD Kurtz had news on the ERW thing today. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. That's kind of what I was planning to do. We got home here about 8 p.m. and the live stream started at 11. I planned on just laying down on the bed for an hour or so, and then waking up and watching Colonel Kurtz's video today. I have no idea what she says, but I'm gonna check it out. What I have seen was that she had uploaded some things to Twitter, some documents to Twitter, which seemed to be again, I looked at it for about 3 seconds. It seemed to be a brief filed on behalf of Marilyn Manson's side by Irma, or Ilya, sorry, Irma, by Ms. Gore's twin sister, who was a victim of identity theft by the lovely defendant. So yeah, that'll be fun. There's gonna be a lot to get on it. Yeah, Colonel Kurtz was on Legal Mindset. Yeah, I saw that's kind of bummed, because I've been trying to get her on my show since like the end of June. But I guess you never got the email. Still hasn't checked the tweet I sent in July. So, but yeah, we'll get with it. We'll get Andrea Burkhart on here too. I like her stuff. It's going. And the trial is probably 2 years away, but this looks like it's going to be a wild 2 years. Alan, God, thank you so much again. for yet another donation, please. You don't have to do this, but I mean, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. Uh, I can't wait for your live again when you're back home. Yeah, this one's for your holiday. You're a good man and funny. Thank you again. Thank you again. Jeez. Yeah, and I'll get back on the night in Korea, the night of the 31st. So, which is Sunday. And then I'll go to work, and hopefully I'll still be alive when I get home on Monday. So a week from Monday will probably be the first live stream. Well, even just for a while, just to check in and say hi. Georgina, hello, welcome. We're all modded up here today. That's good. And again, thanks to all the mods for everybody checking in, doing stuff. We definitely appreciate the mods and appreciate all of you for being here. And I guess now's a good time to pimp myself. Got to do some grifting. Hit the like button. There's 134 of you, which is great. I mean, I know Ricado's doing his thing right now on locals. So the fact that anybody's here is awesome for me. And you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If there's anything interesting that we're doing here that you want to see more of, go check out the videos that are already uploaded. There's quite a bit out there. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and to anyone that feels inclined to do the super chats, I'm always grateful for the super chats, the super stickers, and the super likes on the comments. I don't grift hard for that much, but I do appreciate it when it gets here. The only time I've decided that I'm really just gonna grift for cash, and it's just in silliness, is the the Fuck It Fridays, which we started last month. I've got a couple of irons in the fire here for I'll either be unavailable the first Friday of August or the second Friday of August. I'm not sure which yet. I've got to wait to see what's happening with some other scheduling issues. But whichever Friday, either the first Friday or the second Friday that's open, if all the stuff I have to do on the 5th, which I believe is the first Friday, the stuff that I have to do on the first Friday, if it happens on the first Friday, I'll do the Fuck It Friday stream on the second Friday. If my schedule is such that I won't be around the second Friday, then I'll do it on the first Friday. But again, with the Fuck It Friday, just read a bunch of news stories, catch up on some random stuff, and $50 a shot. For those of you that were around for the previous Fuck It Friday, that was insane. That was nuts. I had 10 or 12 news articles I wanted to read. And again, it was just $50 gets you the choice of what shot I take, what particular brand of alcohol I take, and it gets a comment. I remember reading the first article and starting the second article. I'm not even sure if I finished the second article. That's how bad it was. It was hilarious. Let's see. Okay, people are asking about PayPal. I tried to make a PayPal for legal vices, but that apparently they didn't like it for whatever reason whatsoever, and they had pulled it and barred me from doing anything with the PayPal account about 90 seconds after I set it up. So there was I did something that they didn't like, but I have my personal PayPal. I was thinking about putting that up just for a tip jar thing. So I might put up a PayPal thing. In fact, I probably will. I'll just need to get back to Korea to do it. Well, yeah, I'll put some kind of a tip jar. And now locals, I'm signed up for locals, but I can't do any paid memberships on locals because I live in Korea. They don't send any money, or they don't have any financial ties to Korea yet. So locals, I mean, there's no paid memberships there that I can do from Korea. So there's really no point in doing it because I can just do it here. I mean, I might use locals for some things, like if we want to watch a movie or something together, kind of like people do that on Twitch streams. Maybe I could do something like that for locals just for the hell of it. But So I'll set up a personal PayPal. I'll put those details up sometime soon in case anybody wants to use it like a tip jar. Perp Diary says you need to come to Australia on holiday. We know how to drink down under. That was one place I wanted to go. My younger, but everybody I know that has gone to Australia for extended periods of time. This is just like me back home. So why am I here? My brother went there when Steve Irwin died. He was actually there when Steve Irwin died. He was somewhere out in the bush somewhere. He said that's all he'd been doing. He'd go to some bush tour. He would wake up, go drinking, and sit in a bar. And then after about 2 weeks of that, he realized, hey, I can do this at home. I can sit in a bar and drink at home for cheaper. And then Steve Irwin died, and he just sent me this message: Steve Irwin dead, mission accomplished, returning to Korea. My brother lived in Korea with me at that point. But yeah, Australia is definitely one place I want to go. I want to do like an Australia, like a week in Australia and a week in New Zealand. That would be fun. I'd like that a lot. PayPal is disgusting, says Where Sleepy. PayPal has advantages, and they take less of a chunk than YouTube does, but and also, yeah, it has its pros and cons. PayPal does. The big con is you got to put your ID out there. Zen says, don't they have jobs in Korea? Who is? There's lots of jobs in Korea. I'm not sure what exactly it is you're talking about, but yeah. Is PayPal better than Super Chat for some reason? I see lots of people ask for that instead. Ask Katie. Again, PayPal takes less of a chunk. YouTube takes around, I think, 24%, something like that, of everything. PayPal, I think, takes around 10%. But not making huge jack here. But yeah, that's kind of the advantage. PayPal does whatever MasterCard, Visa, etc. tell them to do. Yeah. Zen says you could always try getting a job at your local noodle shop or something. I like my job. My job is quite nice. I enjoy working for the law firm more than I would enjoy working for the noodle shop, I think. Can't Mitch West says can't do locals or Twitch. Sucks up too much space on my phone. I'm not a Twitch guy. But locals would be fun if I could offer something there that I can't offer here on YouTube. Tasty STC. I don't like the pay to chat thing. However, pandemic has killed me economically. Yeah, and see, I mean, I'm just doing this for fun. This is fun. I mean, you get a few bucks a day in ads from YouTube. That's why I don't grift a lot for the super chats and things, because I'm just more about hanging out and having fun with you guys. But if any of you feel inclined to give me your hard-earned cash for donations, for tips, whatnot, I'm always deeply, deeply grateful for that. It's kind of overwhelming a little bit at times, and I deeply appreciate it. What do we got going here? Let's see. Scrolling back through some of the comments here. Howdy from Arizona. How was Vegas? Vegas sucked, man. I mean, it was fun being there, but just the temperature. Let's see. Scrolling on through here. I look super relaxed. I am super relaxed. I says you look super relaxed. Oh yeah, I can bring this up here. Cool. All right. By the way, I'm on my phone. Obviously, by the way, it's moving around. This is the first time I've ever used the StreamYard setup on my phone. So hey, cool, we can do that. I am super relaxed. I had 2 hours sleep more than I thought I did, and now I've got myself a delicious Glenmorangie Signet here. Gamer's Life says, I've been to New Year's in Seoul. My time in South Korea, that was the best. Busan was cool too. Yeah, New Year's is a good time. It's freaking cold, but yeah, you can have some fun parties here. How's Dargy and Yoda? Those are my two bulldogs, if you don't know. they're doing good. I've got a CCTV in the house, so I check on them every few hours to see how they're doing. My friend, she's taking care of them while I'm gone. They're doing quite well. Uh, let's see. Since it's okay, you have a decent job. I don't need to worry about us giving you money. Nope, nobody ever has to worry about giving me money. Certainly don't worry about it. But like I said, that's why I don't. I'm not the hardcore grifter. I can get by without it. But I deeply appreciate that some people want to express their appreciation through donations. I mean, it's actually deeply touching. The the fact that people do that just to hear me talk is just kind of weird to me, but it's deeply appreciated. First time, Vicky says, first time I've seen you without your hat. Yeah, it's nighttime. It's in the house. I have my I have a baseball cap and another flat cap here with me. But yeah, it's just been too hot to wear a hat. So we've talked about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. A little bit into the Marilyn Manson stuff. There's there hasn't been any movement on the Alec Baldwin thing in a while. But I don't want to let this Alec Baldwin thing go. I know that we've gone through the currently available interrogation videos, just you and me. Um, but there's a couple of firearms experts that I'm thinking about inviting on to go over some of the testimony, and also some of those same people. And I said there's a few people, there's two or three people I'm looking at that I would like to go through more of the Uvalde videos with. That's the big Uvalde update. Is that they've released the body cam footage of 7 of the officers. So I want to kind of go through those first of all to see if there's anything interesting in the Uvalde body cam videos that shed more light on what was going on with the policemen. And we saw the hallway video. We went through the hallway video, which doesn't have great audio, which doesn't really show a lot. But when I get back, I want to start looking at some of the body cam footage to see if it's just literally video camera of people just standing around staring at each other and jerking each other off or whatever they were doing. But there was one, I believe it was an Officer Mendez. I saw some pretty disturbing things on his body cam footage, which is why I kind of want to go through this to see if they were all like his or if he was the exception. What I saw was, as I was skipping through it, was this guy was like through the whole thing. He was like, you breathing like this. And I thought, oh, geez, great. The cops got COVID or something. But then about 3/4 of the way through, he was really like coughing harder and breathing harder. And one of the other police officers asked him if he was all right. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just scared." And so he was. It turned out he was like basically hyperventilating through this whole thing because he was scared. I don't know what he was scared of. Nothing was going on. He was just standing in the hallway, scared at the point of coughing and not breathing well. And then another officer kind of slaps him in the chest, kind of does like a little chest slap. He's like, "Hey, just breathe, just breathe." So I mean, there was at least one cop that was scared out of his mind in that hallway to the point that he was having trouble breathing and like hyperventilating when nothing was going on. That was really concerning to me. So I want to look more at his body cam footage and look at the other 6 body cam footage videos to see if that was kind of a thing. See what they were doing, what their demeanor was, what they were talking about. Yeah, so Vicky says a panic attack. There's an officer standing in a hallway for an hour and 10 minutes or whatever the hell it was, having a panic attack when nothing is going on. I mean, there's an old famous video on YouTube of a policeman that shot a guy when the policeman was having a full on panic attack when it happened. That's that's disconcerting. When you assume they go through so much training, you assume that they're ready for stuff, but then when something like this happens, they have a panic attack. The cops are supposed to be the calm ones. The cops are the ones that are supposed to take charge and be in control. And if you're having a panic attack, standing in a hallway while people are fist bumping, fucking around on their phones, sanitizing their hands, if that causes you to have a panic attack, you may want to look at another line of business. I saw something that said with all the agencies, there was 430 something officers or you know, on site. I don't. I mean, that seems excessive. It may be accurate, but there was a lot of cops there. There was at least 17 to 19 in the hallway at any given time. There was a huge contingency outside keeping people from coming in. Georgina Archer said, "I've had no sleep. Been playing detective all night." What have you been playing detective for? Lisa, good night. Good night, Jeff and everyone. Thanks again. I'll watch for the live. Oh, and rewatch tomorrow. Okay. Oh, and speaking of what's coming up, uh, Georgina Archer says League of Ice just loves the feedback being on YouTube. Uh, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, we'll have to see where this goes. I'll look at some of the body cam footage some more, and I'll talk to. Well, I'll reach out to some of the weapons specialists that some of their channels I watch, and see if we can't get them to come on and review some things and talk about some things, and maybe give even a different perspective on the Uvalde videos and the Alec Baldwin shooting. I think that would be good. Uh, Trevor Goy says, "I'm on Baldwin, Uvalde. Check out Mike Glover, retired Army Spec Forces, that did a 2 hour breakdown. His channel is Fieldcraft. He's actually the one I want to look at. He's actually the primary one that I want to reach out to. I like his channel. He's here in Utah. Um, he's a good guy. He's actually the primary guy I want to reach out to. So good on you, Trevor, for pointing that out. And Mike Glover is the guy he's the main one. There's a couple of backups in case he doesn't respond or tells me no. You need to watch the body cam footage of Arredondo attempting to negotiate with the shooter. I saw parts on the one that I watched. I didn't know they had Arredondo. So, Mimi, are you saying they have Arredondo's cam? They have Arredondo's own body cam. Is that what we're saying? If that's what, we're definitely going to watch that. Or are you saying that there's other body cams that picked up him trying to negotiate? Because I've seen a couple of the videos that have picked up him trying to negotiate, or well, him yelling through a door. I guess that's what he would say negotiation. I would say yelling through a door. But I didn't know that one of the body cam footage was from the police chief Arredondo. If that's the case, we're definitely watching that bitch when I get back. And for those of you that are that watch a lot of Ricada streams or that watch Legal Mindsets streams, Drexel and I we're talking about we're working on getting a stream together set up when I get back to Korea. So if anybody wants a Drex stream, that will be happening within the next few weeks. That's something we're talking about. We're working on scheduling. For those of you that don't know who Drexel is, I don't even know how to describe it. Drex is not for the faint of heart. He is as based and red pilled as you can possibly be. We'll we'll definitely Drex and I will definitely have fun. Um, yes, if you know the Baldo, you know Drex. Drex was the one that introduced LawTube to the Baldo. You, Drex, Nick, Andrew, and Branca all in one. That would be interesting. But yeah, we're looking forward to doing a direct stream. We're chatting. We're working things out. That'll not be for the faint of heart. Um, I think if I recall correctly, when I started doing the 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 Taylorship business dismemberment, necrophilia, S&M case stream, I lost 200 subscribers. I think I would guess that there's a lot of people that aren't prepared for a direct stream. We'll be doing it. It'll be fun. It'll for those of you that haven't seen really the based side of me, that'll give you a little bit more insight into me. Uh, get Yeah, don't forget Farron. Boy, getting Farron and Drex together on the same stream. Huh, that might be fun. Hmm. Did Farron get her monetization back? No, she still has, as far as I know, she still hasn't recovered her second channel, which was uh, blown up on YouTube because, and by blown up, I don't mean got bigger. I mean YouTube just blew it the fuck up. They just totally removed her second account for impersonating someone. So apparently, YouTube said she was impersonating herself and took the channel away, and she's still working on her main channel being monetized again. Alan, thank you so much again. Can you let me know if and when you go to Australia, Brisbane? Thank you again. Hell yeah! If I ever get in that neck of the woods, and I would guess probably in the next couple of years I'll be going there. I get 2 weeks vacation a year. This year it's here at the house. I haven't seen folks here for over 3 years. Next year I'm hoping it will be Scotland and Ireland. I want to go on a distillery tour, a week in Scotland and a week in Ireland. That's the plan for next year. So it'll probably be a couple of years, but I'll get there some point. And if I'm still doing this YouTube thing, and I don't know why not, we'll do some meet and greets. Lumberry Dragons is sexist. Lumberry Dragon also says mad. Nope, just a selection asshole. Are we talking about Drex? Lumberry Dragon says yes. Saw part of a Drex stream, and he's a sexist a-hole from what I saw. Drex isn't a sexist a-hole. Drex loves women. He's very much a based person. Women shouldn't get special privileges. Women aren't better than men. It's just that attitude. It's like, it's a realist, I guess. People talk about the manosphere and being based and whatnot. It's more just know your own value. He knows his own value. And a good, solid, based person, whether you're a based man or a based woman, you know your value. You know that your priority in life is you. You're the number one priority in your life. If someone takes advantage of you, someone expects you to, nobody should expect you to do anything for them. Someone expects you to do something for them. Someone expects gifts from you. Fuck that. No, you do things because you want to. If someone expects me to do something for them, we're already off on the wrong foot. Which is, again, why I'm not huge on the grifting. I don't expect any of you to donate anything to me. That would just be the height of arrogance. But then again, if you voluntarily want to throw stuff at me, do the super chats and whatnot, I'm sure going to be grateful and receive it. But if you have the woman's like, why don't you bring me flowers? Because I don't want to. I mean, you know, if you expect a gift from me, if you expect me to do something, well, fuck that. If that's just, I mean, that's sort of the surface level of being based. Live for yourself, take care of yourself, worry about yourself first, love yourself first, and don't give a shit what other people think about you. Be yourself. I mean, I definitely would not call Drex sexist. Uh, he he speaks his mind. I tend to speak my mind when I'm in situations where I need to speak my mind. So yeah, well, where's Sleepy said the sexes are equal, except some sexes are more equal than others. Hashtag Animal Farm. Yeah, well, I mean, Drex was having a discussion the other day about stepchildren. Saying don't be a if you're don't be a stepfather first of all. Uh, it's the women that go, I have baby daddies, three different baby daddies. Now you're my current man, so you got to take care of other baby daddies' children. Don't ever expect that. If I want to be the father to your other children, great, but don't expect me to be. Don't expect just because I'm seeing you and I'm dating you and we have a child together that I want to be paying for anybody else's child. If I want to, that's my prerogative, but don't be fucking expecting me to do that. That is kind of, I mean, I don't want to put words in Drexel's mouth, but that's kind of in that example where he's coming from, and I agree with it. I says, thank you so much, by the way, for the super chat. My granddad is a World War II vet and Depression era. When he says stuff about women, I don't get offended because I know it's his generation. That I mean, see, that I got to sit up here. I wanted to lean to the side and talk. There is a lot of the generational thing. Like if you watch Mad Men, Mad Men is a great show. Uh, it's advertising agencies in the 50s where that was just, I mean, it was sexual harassment in the workplace. People were sleeping with their secretaries. Just women were not treated well in the 50s by and large. But this is a little bit different. This is more like, not devaluing women. It's more about knowing yourself as a man. Women want to be treated like queens. Why the fuck doesn't a man want to be treated like a king? Why doesn't a man deserve to be treated like a king? It's where Sleepy says sexual harassment wasn't a thing back then. Well, it wasn't called that back then, was it? You just made the comments about the women. You women were touched. Women. It was. I am definitely not someone that judges what happened 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago, 200 years ago by today's standards. Clumsy Clairvoyant says the guy who was checking his phone in Uvalde was actually the guy's whose wife was a teacher. The body cam shows them removing him shortly after. But there was a lot of police officers checking their phone. It wasn't just that guy. I mean, there was other people. One guy had like a Punisher screensaver. Other guys were just punching buttons. It wasn't just the one guy. There was a lot of people fucking around with their phones during Uvalde. And there's like guys eating hand sanitizers and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, see, Zen says, I know exactly who I am as a man. So do the girls. I do nice things for. You guys are weird. I mean, that's what the being based thing is. It's knowing who you are as a person, knowing what you are, knowing what you want to do, and not expecting others to understand that, but not compromising yourself for other people. Yeah. Little Galaxy says it was flirting. Men did get slapped if the lines were crossed. Yes, they did. Georgine Archer said Farron's moving, so she might not be on stream. She's packing up and moving homes. Yeah, she's in the process of moving back to her mother's for the time being. Diamonds and Henna says yes. Drex is weird. I'm a pretty based red pill guy. He is extraordinarily based. Let's just say that. If you listen to somebody, I like the guy. I think he's great. Alan Tempest. Can you read my last message again? Let's scroll back up and see if we've got the last message again. Where are we? What's the requirements for Australia to go to Korea? I don't know. You'd have to. I don't think there are really any requirements. Uh, the best thing to do would be to contact the Korean consulate or Korean embassy in Australia and ask them what the visa requirements are. Wardrobe Winterman says, "I'm not black pills for the win." Diamonds in a Drex is interesting. So is shit business. I hope we're not equating the two. Yeah, so it seems there's some people here that are not fans of Drex. And again, please, if you want to just come and enjoy it for what it is, come and enjoy it. If you know Drex is not your thing, whenever we lay that down, feel free to to avoid that stream at all costs. But as those of you know that know Drex, he's been friends with Nick for God, what did Nick say? 15, 25 years, something like that. His points of view makes Nick's points of view look extraordinarily conservative. Uh, but yeah, we'll be having a direct stream sometime soon. Amazing Wireless 2 says, "We are the golden billion, but for how long?" Kathy Sloan, can someone report sexual harassment if they overheard a conversation they weren't involved in? I call bullshit on that. Even Nick argues with the Drex. Yeah, exactly. Well, Kathy Sloan was saying, can someone report sexual harassment if they overheard a conversation? That's bullshit. That is utter bullshit to me. If you're not involved in the conversation, don't fucking get involved in the conversation. If I'm saying something to a woman or a woman saying something to me and you're offended, if third party is offended by it, fuck you. That conversation is not for you. You're not a party to it. Keep your goddamn nose out of it. If that person felt it was harassment, if that person felt that they were offended, let them report it. Yeah, I mean, that's bullshit. You don't say, "Oh, I overheard this and it offended me." Well, don't fucking overhear stuff. Understand that people maybe not be as sensitive to you. And there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of when everybody I think has experienced it when you're out with friends, or a group of friends where you're close friends with some of them and you may not know others in the group, and someone that you're close with is talking to someone you don't know that well, and that other person you don't know well says some seriously messed up shit to your friend, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that all about? And they go, no, this is just us joking. We do this all the time. And you go, okay, I'll shut the fuck up. If it's not you, don't stick your. I am so against people sticking their nose in other people's businesses. Ugh. What do we got? Where'd this thing go? Yeah, Digger 420 says no. If they heard something, approach the people in the conversation and ask only if they really have concerns. Yeah, the person who was on the receiving end of whatever the harassment was. Hey, wow, I ever heard this? Are you cool with this? If they say yes, then shut the fuck up. If they say no, it bothered me, then encourage that person maybe to make a complaint. But not you. It's not your point. It, it, God, I hate people that stick their noses in other people's conversations. Alan Tempest, thank you so much again. Thank you for your advice and kind chats. We all love you on here. Well, we all love you on here too. So glad to have you. Glad to have you around and participating. Zen says, yeah, don't be offended for other people. That doesn't work out very well most of the time. People get offended about how I talk all the time, and my girl has to put them in their place. Exactly. And that kind of ties in with the Drex stream we'll be doing. If Drex offends you, find something else to do that night. Don't get don't tell Direct what an asshole he is. Don't come down on him. Don't report me for the conversation that I'm having with him. Uh, that's that's our deal. Uh, Doc McFuzzball, hey, thank you. Thanks for the super chat. Good to see you. Where to go here? Spent 13 years in higher ed. Things have gone from the intent of the speaker to the feelings of the receiver. Yep. And over here can report and unleash the Gestapo. Absolutely correct. Amazing Wireless too. Thank you for the super chat. I'm talking about the Putin speech today, where he said the West Golden Billion and the New World Order were through. Says the continents with billions of people are the new world order. The only real thing that the U.S. has to look out for is China. China owns our ass. China owns the rest of the world's ass. I was never a big New World Order guy. I think that just requires too many people with too many differences to get along. China's the one to watch out for. China owns the world's ass. They're the ones you really have to be careful with. And I've always said that World War III, this is just again my total personal opinion. World War III is going to be an economic war, not a shooting war. And it's already started, and China may have already won. There's a little bit of doom and gloom for you. Harold Bear, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. How can you stand that mustache getting in your mouth whenever you eat? It doesn't. I mean, kind of stays out of the way. But if there's something particularly messy, then you just you have the wax. You wax it up off the lip. So wax, mustache wax is the thing. You can wax it up out of the way. It's like midnight here after a very long, rough, hot day. Haven't done a lot of stash grooming today. So yeah, it's occasionally like if you eat something that will smash it down, you'll get a couple of things. You go through wet wipes, a lot of like wet wipes and the wet napkins and things. You go through a lot of that. Doc McFuzzball, hey, thanks again for the super chat. Glad to be back while you're live, Jeff. COVID took me out for a couple weeks. Well, I'm glad you're back. Now that's the thing. That's the shitty thing here. The U.S. doesn't have any requirements for coming into the U.S. for U.S. citizens as far as COVID tests are concerned. But going back to Korea, I have to have a COVID test before I go, 24 hours before I go. I don't know what happens if it comes back positive. I think they let you fly and then they stick you in a Korean quarantine facility for a week. I have to. That's one thing I have to check on tomorrow. What happens if I test positive? And the reason is, of course, the U.S. is getting killed by this new variant. But like the day I got here, my nephew got it. He got this new strain, and he's suffering. I've been here. It'll be a week and 2 days. I've been here 5 days, and I haven't seen him yet. He's been down in his room for 5 days. So I haven't seen my nephew yet because he's got this freaking new strain. He's had Corona 4 times, COVID 4 times. Diamonds and Henna, thank you so much for the super sticker. Zen says, "Oh my God, my mustache gets in my mouth and I eat all the time and it sucks. I should trim it, but I got a whole lot of other shit going on." Well, if you can do the trim thing, but I like the volume. And again, that's just the mustache wax takes care of that. Just style it up out of the way. Michael Palmer, you have a lot of nerve bashing Farron. Uh-oh, Michael Palmer's bashing Farron? What did you say, Michael Palmer? That may be true, but I think she's too full of herself. I don't think she left the mainstream necessarily by choice either to be on YouTube. I think it left her and her opinions were few. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Why she left mainstream, it's up to her. It doesn't really matter if she walked out, was canned or whatnot. But you too full of herself. Again, I think she's based. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants, and fuck anyone that disagrees with her. And that's why I like her. That's why I don't agree with everybody I like. I like a lot of people that I really disagree with a lot because they know who they are. They have their opinions. They stick by them. They're well reasoned, and especially on a platform like YouTube, you can't have a low opinion of yourself and be on YouTube. You can't have a low opinion of yourself and be on Twitch. You know, if she had a wishy-washy personality, you wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. I like that she has opinions. We talked about things, and someone mentioned let's do a ghost stream. For those of you that saw the ghost stream I did with Farron, we'll be doing that when I get back. We'll be scheduling some ghost streams, supernatural streams, some conspiracy theory streams. In fact, Monday, is it Monday? Yes, I think it's Monday. I'll be reposting the video that we did together on Farron's channel, the supernatural ghost and conspiracy stream we did a couple of weeks ago. I'll be reposting that Monday for replay, and we'll do a live chat with that. Uh, but yeah, she deserves to be here. Of course, she deserves. Everybody, well, deserved. I don't think anybody deserves anything. She should be back here. She should be back and monetized on YouTube. Now, see, my Sparkle S. You've got we've got the Sparkle S, the Sparkle S, and the Michael Palmer thing. Uh, so that's your opinion. I think she's disingenuous and thinks she's so much smarter than everyone else. Any subject, any discussion, she always has to be the authority on everything, regardless. Well, again, I think you might be a little bit harsh on her, Michael, but hey, that's your impression and that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Other people have differing opinions, and they're as equally entitled to those opinions. How you see something and how other people see things are different, but appreciate your comments. It's you are absolutely entitled to have that opinion. I don't share the opinion. I think she's funny. I enjoy talking with her, and we're good. That's the thing. I think we've lost that ability so much. We've lost the ability to enjoy, to be around, and to have conversations with people that we don't agree with. I mean, it's no fun to just hang out with people you agree with. It's preaching to the choir, and that never gets you anywhere. I like being around people that challenge me. I like being around people that I I disagree with, unless you're like an asshole about the disagreement. But it's great to have discussions with people who have different points of view. What do we got here? I missed this one. Amazing Wireless 2. Thank you again for the super chat. I'm not a New World Order guy either. You just can't deny that Western policy has shaped the world for the last 200 plus years. Correct. China already won. We are too busy fighting each other about who's woke. Mm-hmm. If anybody were to want to invade the U.S., like a real actual invasion, and someone who could pull it off, maybe, so just China, now would be the time to do it. When what was the new Navy SEAL base movie that just came out? I haven't seen it yet. What is it? Shit, I can't think. But I remember the criticism of it was there was not there was no discussion of Navy SEALs pronouns, and that was one of the criticisms. Go up to a Navy SEAL and ask him what his pronouns are. And make sure your friend is videotaping it so I can watch it. Videotaping. You young whippersnappers, none of you remember the videotape. God, videotape. That makes me an old fuck for saying videotape, doesn't it? Go up to a Navy SEAL and have your friend record it on their telephone. Have someone record the video of you asking a Navy SEAL what his pronouns are. I would love to see that video. I says true that. I'm not sure which true that you're talking about. But thank you for agreeing with me. Thank you for the super chat. Doc Fuzzball, I love being around people that challenge me. I'm pushing 50 and I've come to enjoy being wrong. It's always the seed of a great conversation. Yeah, it is like my sister and I had an argument today coming back for about 30 minutes on the differences between a canyon and a gorge. you can have some you can have some really fun discussions and conversations with people who take different viewpoints from you. And we've lost that ability to exchange ideas that we differ with. By and large, of course, there's lots of people that do it, but by and large, we've lost the ability to like people we disagree with. Alan, thank you again for the super chat. You always speak from your heart, and that's why we all love you on your streams, and that's a fact. You're amazing. Some people don't like me, though. Some people don't quite like the way I express myself sometimes. I think I called Amber Heard a cunt once and got a bunch of emails about that, but whatever. It happens. Thank you all for the super chats. Videotape is boomer now. I collect VHS and Laserdisc. Oh, sweet. I threw away a huge box of videotapes about 4 years ago. I mean, huge box because I hadn't had a video player for about 20 years. I have one videotape, two videotapes. I have two videotapes left, and I need to get them put on some sort of different media storage. A CD won't work because I don't have a CD player. I don't have a DVD player other than like my PlayStation and Xbox. But need to get put on a thumb drive. The contents of those two videos are from the 90s. Yeah, videotape is boomer now. For those of you that aren't boomers that have videotapes, you're retro, so that's cool. All right. Where are we at here? What have I missed? Betamax. Yeah, I watched the entire Cheech and Chong series on Betamax. See, the Betamax people were ahead of the game. For those of you that don't remember Betamax was the TV studio quality videotape. The quality of a Betamax video was much better than VHS. And these two systems were competing, and Betamax lost hard, which was unfortunate because they had the better system. Definitely Beta was good. Well, the two videotapes I have, the two VHS tapes I have. One is a video I shot here as a missionary in 1990. Well, here in Korea, not here in the U.S. Yeah, it was a video I shot in 1990 in Korea. The other one I own is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie that was in the theaters. I want to get those both on tape. Yeah, super too bad Beta lost. HD video versus Blu-ray. Yeah, that was kind of that's a good comparison for VHS and Betamax tapes. HD video versus Blu-ray. The quality are similar, but one definitely had the advantage. And unfortunately, the one that had the advantage lost. Yeah, Doc Fuzzball says, the beta format was used professionally for decades. Yeah, and I don't know why it didn't catch on. It just didn't. I think they just started too late in the game. Digger 420, Gen X baby. I've seen 8-tracks. My dad had one. I still have 8-tracks. I don't have an 8-track player, but I know where my 8-track tapes are. I've probably got a dozen 8-tracks left in storage. Cassettes. I don't think I have any cassettes left. The main reason I don't have many cassettes left is I had a girlfriend that stole an enormous amount of my cassette tapes, hundreds when we broke up. That sucked. CDs. I don't think I have any movie. I don't think I have any audio CDs left. I think my ex-wife got all those. Women steal music, man. Screw that. Uh, I don't think I have any cassettes. I don't recall having any. I do have some music CDs. Some of my friends, I have some musician friends. I have some of their CDs. Listen to them in the car. Um, the Blu-ray. I have a ton of DVDs, but I don't have a DVD player other than the like I said, the PlayStation and the Xbox. I'm actually going through and getting rid of a ton of DVDs. Even if you have the DVDs and I don't watch them, I'll have something. I mean, just some rando DVD that I own the DVD. I haven't watched the DVD in 20 years, and I never have any plans to watch the DVD. But then if the movie comes up on TV, I'll sit and watch the movie. Uh, I'm not feeling that, and whatever I need, I download. So yeah, we're kind of offloading the DVD slowly but surely. I'm missing some fun chat here. What have I missed? I don't know what this is, but just the reference gets the win. Where'd they go? Rabbi Rubenstein. This isn't Vietnam, Georgina. There are rules. Nice, nice, great movie reference there. This isn't Vietnam, Donnie. There's rules. I got some chats to catch up on here. Where did we go? Uh, yeah, Digger 420. We ladies do like to take music and sweaters. Seriously, what is up with the sweaters and long sleeve shirts, long sleeve flannel shirts? I've lost so many long sleeve flannel shirts. All right. I says my first cassette was Billy Joel, B-side Down Easter Alexa. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I worked in radio for about 5 years. My last couple of years in high school and a couple of years after. But the Down Easter Alexa, the that was the We Didn't Start the Fire tour. Uh, the radio station I worked at, we sponsored that concert. That was a good concert. Let's see. Tasty STD says my first cassette that I bought for myself was Easy E 100 Miles and Running or something like that, or Aerosmith. The first cassette that I remember getting was in middle school, and I had my no. I'm trying to think what the very first cassette that I could call my own was given to me. It probably was Toto, the original Toto album. No, it was Toto Hydra. Toto Hydra was the first cassette I remember getting, followed shortly after that by Air Supply. I'm Out of Love. the The first cassette I think I ever bought with my own money was Kim Carnes Barking at Airplanes. Uh, Doc McFuzzball, Toto. Yeah, Toto, great. Yeah, SK says Africa was a good song. That was from Toto 4. Uh, is Sabah a part of Malaysia or the Philippines? Hope you're not asking me. I don't know. Eagles Hotel California for Carla Burrell. Uh, now, what do we got here? Got breast. Oh, hello. Hi, welcome back. Drop the phone. Breast chat going on. Okay, yeah, we got Georgina here. She's doing her good mod job by pimping it up. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. There's my self grift. Uh, yeah, albums. The first, I joined the RCA Record and Tape Club when I was very young. Uh, over the Columbia House. One of them gave 12 records for a penny. The other one gave six. I was in the one that gave six records for a penny. I can't remember if that was RCA or Columbia House, but I was nine. I was 9 or 10. My first six records that I got for one penny was, and again, mind you, I'm 9 years old, 9, 10 years old, was Rush 2112, which I still think is probably one of the best all around albums of all time. And if you don't agree with me on that, you can just go fuck yourself because you're wrong. You're flat, dead, fucking wrong. If you don't think Rush 2112 is one of the best albums ever made, was Rush 2112. Okay, we'll get back to this in a second. Someone did BMG. I missed Columbia House and the other one BMG or something. BMG, I joined for the classical CD, classical music CD selection. But okay, my first six albums that I got for a penny with my own money was Rush 2112. It's one. AC/DC Back in Black. Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. Uh, Foreigner Head Games, Foreigner Double Vision, and Queen Live Killers. That was my first six albums I bought with my own penny. Errol Baker, favorite album of all time. Go. Favorite album again, favorite album of all time. Like a desert island album that I could listen to on repeat 24 hours a day for the rest of my life and love every damn second of it is Rush 2112. No question. First record, Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. Wow. That's pretty heavy for a first record. Uh, Doc McFuzzball, Legal Vices, my first vinyl album was a picture disc of Thriller. I know the album of which you speak. Then Billy Joel's Innocent Man. What a great album that was. Then Weird Al, but I stole my parents' Abbey Road when I was 5. My mother was a huge record collector, and I was too back in the day. Especially when I worked for the radio station, I would get shit free. But we probably got a couple thousand albums. I've got 100 or so that I took to Korea with me. But my mom had some shit that if she would have taken care of them, if you would have known you were supposed to take care of them, would have been some valuable, valuable records. She has the original first U.S. pressing of Meet the Beatles. She has one of the first pressings of the White Album. Lots of first pressings of Elvis. She was a big Elvis fan. I mean, the amount of money that's just scratched and torn and beat up is rough. 8 tracks. I never bought any 8 tracks with my own money. I got them from my brother. Um, I'm trying to remember what the dozen or so 8 tracks I still have are, but I know there's like Blue Oyster Cult. There's some Electric Light Orchestra, ELO. Chris Ledoux. If you're into country music, Chris Ledoux was the shit. There's some Chris Ledoux, some Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. I know there's some Kiss, some Boston. So they're just in storage. They're probably unplayable at this point, but I still have them. Do you like Pink Floyd? And if so, what is your favorite album? Oh, I love Pink Floyd. Brian Eno solo is kind of he's a little too esoteric and weird for me. Brian Eno solo is like my younger brother's drug music. Uh, but my favorite Pink Floyd album, I would have to say The Wall, just because I mean it's an iconic album. Um, but a very very close second would be Dark Side of the Moon. So I would say The Wall, and just followed by like a bee's dick length, it would be Dark Side of the Moon. Doc McFuzzball says I've got 1,200 albums in the garage. Most priceless is a test pressing of CSNY at the LA Forum. Bootleg in 1970 that my dad recorded on cassette. Wow, cool. SRV is my fave, obviously. I don't know if it was obvious. Maybe you were talking about some things I didn't see, but oh, Stevie Ray, Stevie Ray's up there, man. Stevie Ray Vaughan is, I mean, as a guitar player, a mediocre guitar player. um, Stevie Ray is, well, TCSC says Stevie Ray is probably the top three greatest guitarists ever. He died so young, 35. He died on my dad's birthday. I remember that. It was 1990, September 27th, August 27th, sorry. In the early morning hours. I remember waking up and seeing the news and seeing the helicopter crash. He died in a helicopter crash, leaving a concert. Oh yeah, okay. I had to get closer here because my thumbnail is SRV. Yes, it is. I can see that now. Yes, Stevie Ray was. I get if I had to give my top guitarists, uh, specifically blues guitarists, Johnny Winter would have to be number one. Stevie Ray Vaughan would be number two, and Lightning Hopkins would probably have to be number three. Ooh, Critter Watcher, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Good call with the ELP. George Benson. I think I have two George Benson albums. Steely Dan, can't go wrong with Steely Dan. I about bought a Steely Dan t-shirt the other day. Saw it at Target. Buckethead. No way. Nice. Before going into finance, I was a musician. SRV was one of my aspirations. First, however, were the three kings, Freddie, BB, and Albert. Preach Ruby. Sorry to call you Ruby. Rabbi Rubenstein. That's after Stevie Ray Vaughan died, his brother Jimmy Vaughan, who was the Fabulous Thunderbirds, recorded a song that was written by one of the Neville brothers called Six Strings Down. It was about Stevie Ray's plane crash, and the lyrics are some great stuff. Pays tributes to all the greats that went before Stevie Ray. Uh, oh shit! What have I done? All right. Lightning Hopkins was my mom's favorite. Your mom has damn good taste. If Lightning Hopkins was her fave. Wow, I love these just sit and chill chats. We've talked about some wild stuff. We always seem to come back to music though. Music is such a thing. It's a thing for everybody. Hey Vicky, as you say hello. I don't know who we're saying hello to, but hey, hello. Oh, to Kimberly Ashcroft. Hey Kimberly Ashcroft, how are you? Welcome, Kimberly Ashcraft. We've been doing this for about an hour and a half now. We're just shooting the shit. This is just a sign of life. Muddy waters, man. Muddy. I like Muddy's music. Um, I I mean, this is just fucking sacrilegious to say, I know, but I think Muddy could have done better. I think Muddy did a lot of. I mean, he's an icon. He's one of the greats. He's one of the great Chicago blues guys. But I think he could have done better. I think he coattailed a little bit. I think he rode on some coattails. He did more of the slick bluesy things, but like I mean his classics, Manish Boy and uh, Mojo Hands. He's got some great stuff. But he's not my favorite blues musician. But I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm saying amongst the traditional blues singers, not my fave. Definitely Muddy paved. He was one of the ones that paved the way. Him, Howlin' Wolf, Lightning Hopkins. I mean, he's some of the greats. But of those, he's probably my least. Like when I say he's not my favorite, I just mean of the he's my least favorite. Not that I don't like him. He influenced the Stones for God's sake. Yeah, well, Howlin' Wolf was probably well, he was definitely a much bigger influence on the Stones than Muddy Waters was. But Bobby Blue Bland, yeah, Gary Moore was amazing. Gary Moore is still big in Korea for some reason. I mean, they don't know blues is not a big thing in Korea, but Gary Moore is. Clumsy Clairvoyance, BB King is a classic. Yeah, I got to see a New Year's concert with BB King. That was damn good. Back in the '80s, went to a BB King New Year's Eve concert. That was just sweet. Where do we go here? Boop. Steph. Hey, Steph, welcome. Thank you so much for the super chat. Have a drink on me. Nice seeing you. Well, I will have another drink on you. Cheers. Thanks. This is Glenmorangie Signet, my desert island whiskey. Mm, that is so good. If you can get your hands on a bottle of Glenmorangie Signet, do it. Thanks again, Stephanie, for the super chat. Hmm. Michael Palmer, why don't you post a video after you wake up? I'm sure you look like a model. What are you, 13 years old, judging someone? You're calling her a hypocrite and look back in the mirror, buddy? Yeah. Well, hey, for what it's worth, I filmed this video literally 3 minutes after I woke up. What's your opinion on the Motor City Madman? Who is the Motor City Madman? I can think of lots of Motor City Madmen. Who is the one you're talking about? I got to see BB King in Coral Springs, Florida when I was 16. You'll never forget that experience, I guarantee you. Howlin' Wolf was the first death metal singer. Uh, he was one of the good, the gut bucket blues singers. Um, I mean, the classic Howlin' Wolf song, "Smokestack Lightning." Man, that's just a driving blues song. "Smokestack Lightning," "Parchment Farm." Uh, yeah, get your if you haven't heard Howlin' Wolf, get yourself a Howlin' Wolf album. Let's go onto YouTube and listen to some Howlin' Wolf. Yeah, Aaron Neville. Aaron Neville's the one that wrote Six Strings Down. That song that's one of the songs that makes me cry. Like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I tear up every goddamn time I read that. And if you saw my stream about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, I mean the actual wreck of the ship, and the song, I mean, that song makes me tear up. Uh, Cranberries, Zombie, that damn song makes me cry every goddamn time I hear it. And Six Strings Down. I must admit I'm a sucker for Six Strings Down. Scrolling. Got to scroll on down here. Don't want to get behind. The Nuge. Robbie Rubenstein, the Nuge. The Nuge is the Nuge. That's all there is to it. Ted Nugent has to be who they're talking about. Are we talking about Nuge? And I didn't realize we were talking about Nuge. My introduction to Ted Nugent came from my mother. My mother was so goddamn cool. Alan Tempest at Legal Vices. Budweiser beer is nice. Alan, I must disagree with you. I still like you, but I think you're as fucking wrong can be. So fuck off. Just kidding. Uh, I'm not kidding about Budweiser not being nice, but how can you be Australian and think Budweiser is nice? That causes me concern. Anyway, I love Howlin' Wolf. Doc McFuzzball. I'm a lifelong musician. That's always had to have a day gig so I can keep music as my passion, not my job. Love this tangent, but gotta go shopping. Have a shot on me, Jeff. I'll have a sip. I won't have a shot. This is way too expensive and way too good to waste on a shot, but I will definitely have a sip for you. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate the super chat. We'll catch you next time. Mm, that's so good. My first con my first concert was Santana, Bread, and Country Joe and the Fish. Sparkles, how the fuck old are you? I could sorry to be so blunt about that, but if you're watching Country Joe and the Fish, did they ever tour after Woodstock? Jesus. But good on you. Santana, I never did see Santana in concert. Bread would be good. Uh God, you've got to have seen this in the early 70s. Wow. All right. Sorry, didn't mean it to sound like it sounded, but I'm just curious. Uh, Scrolling down here quick. I was lucky to see a ton of bands from the '90s. Brian Adams, Walking the Neighbors, all the other Pennywise, Green Day, Tool. Yeah, when I worked in radio from like '88 to like '93. Uh, not '88. Geez, I was '86. '86 to about '92, I guess. Yeah, got just a shit ton of concerts. It was great. Tamara Holloway. Didn't know you had a channel for 15 years. Watched your vids on your motorcycle accident. 15. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. The I have had a YouTube channel for about 15 years. Uh, it's been inactive for like 13 years, but yeah, I had some. If you go way back into the deep dark recesses of my YouTube channel, there's some motorcycle videos that I made with my motorcycle club and made with myself. Had a couple of accidents, recorded them. Six strings gets played and name added when another six stringer goes down. That's blasphemous. That's only for Stevie Ray. I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. Met Gordon Lightfoot at a small dive in Texas. Cool. Seems like a good guy. The ACSD Vicky played for about 4 hours. Who played for about 4 hours? Uh, I'm gonna scroll back to see who the hell you're talking about. Uh, hmm. Well, oh, got to see BB King. Yeah, BB King concerts are long. The longest concert I ever went to was, I think, Huey Lewis and the News, the Power of Love tour. All right. Michael Palmer says, I could I could give a fuck less about Farron. I'm just responding to all the people who are so offended I don't love her because they do. I don't care. Yeah, people like who they like. They don't like who they like. We can disagree with opinions, but I don't think we can tell each other who to like and who not to like. Yeah, that's absolutely fair enough. Clumsy clairvoyant. What about Foster's? Um, yeah, my Australian friend said go to Australia and order a Foster's and see if you don't get punched in the head. Sparkles ass older than dirt. I don't want to skip all these. I've seen Willie Nelson, Alabama, Ray Price, Glenn Campbell. I I regret not having been able to see Glenn Campbell in concert. the the weird thing, I mean, a lot of people know Glenn Campbell, but the thing that I didn't know about Glenn Campbell until 5, 6 years ago was that he was a master bagpipe player. I had no idea that he was one of the best bagpipe players in the world. Not something you'd expect from a country singer. But yeah, it's a Glenn Campbell. If you search for Glenn Campbell bagpipes on YouTube, you'll see that Country Boy plays a mean bagpipe. Uh, Kind of like comedian Steve Martin is one of the world's best bluegrass banjo players. There's lots of things we don't know about people. God, I'm so far behind on the chats. I've got to skip a bunch of shit just to catch up. You guys are like way ahead of my dumbass. All right. Alice Cooper went to my high school for real. Alice Cooper's my man. Coop is my man. I went to every Alice Cooper concert I could from the time I was 8 years old until I moved to Korea when I was 26. My mother actually introduced me to Alice Cooper when I was 8. First concert. Yeah, you can't do better than the Coop. Charlie Daniels Band. Nobody's mentioned Iggy Pop, the Ramones, Lil Steven, James Brown. Yeah, the Ramones were the Ramones are kind of the group. They're like Tommy James and the Shondells. They get a lot of people re-record their music and do better financially and recognition wise than the original artists. The Ramones had some good stuff. Rock and Roll High School, Beat on the Brat, good stuff. Other people record it and do better. Just unfortunate. Little Steven. Little Steven's a good guitar player, man. Especially, I mean, see when he was the Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, he didn't get a lot of recognition, but he's a damn good player. James Brown is just Rowdy Roddy Piper did play bagpipes. Yes, he did. It wasn't an act. He basically learned to play bagpipes. Guar, you saw the original lineup. Guar, cool. Pantera, Sabathia, okay, or that Sabbath. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. Why does Jill Biden look like Alice Cooper? That's harsh, dude. The Dead Kennedys. Wow, Mott the Hoople. Good God, there's a reference. Sweet. 8 years old and a Mormon. Yeah, Mom took me to my first Alice Cooper concert. Saw the Ramones in concert. That'd be fun. God, you guys are just like so far ahead of me. I've got to let the chat scroll and do my best to keep up. Well, how did we get? Well, I guess I was going to say, how did we get from Marilyn Manson to music? But forget Marilyn Manson's a musician. Hey, we're still on track as far as topic goes. We haven't strayed too far afield. I'm vibing playing the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, followed by the Highwaymen. Which Highwaymen song? Ghost Riders? That's like the classic. Some of the best songs were on Dr. Demento. Yes, they were. Absolutely. I spent many Sunday nights listening to the Dr. Demento show, falling asleep. Yeah, there's a 20-second delay. Don't forget. Yeah, I'm just keeping up with myself here. Queen, first concert I ever seen, and it was dynamite. Queen was the last concert I saw. That's what Michael Palmer says. Queen, first concert I'd ever seen, and it was dynamite. Those guys played hard for hours. Freddie was outrageous, but they put on a hell of a show. That was many moons ago, though. Yeah, I guess the Queen Live Killer was one of the first 6 albums I bought when I was 9-ish. So I was a Queen fan before Queen fans were Queen fans. God bless Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie, for creating a brand new generation of huge Queen fans. But I was among the original Queen fans, and Again, as a guitarist, Brian May is a fucking wizard. Brian May is a fucking wizard of a guitarist. One of those that, I mean, Brian May suffers from being in the company of other great wizard talent. I mean, every member of Queen is a fucking wizard at their instrument, and just the fact that they're all so good. There's not one person just stands out, and so you're great in obscurity. But any guitar player will list Brian May. I mean, any professional guitar player will mention Brian May as one of the best. Uh, he's sort of like the way Neil Peart from Rush is the drummer's drummer. Brian May is one of the guitarists. And I'd always wanted to see Queen in concert, and I knew I never would. But then they started touring again after, around the time that Adam Lambert kind of became famous, and then after Bohemian Rhapsody, and uh, January 19th of 2020, just a week before the world went to hell, Queen came and played in Seoul, and I got stage side tickets for Queen, so I loved it. That was the last concert I watched before the world went to hell. So yeah, I got to check off that bucket list item of seeing Brian May play live. Digger 420, Steve Vai, anyone? Steve Vai he's great. I mean, Steve Vai is fantastic. I love his solo stuff better than I like him working with other bands. Uh, but Steve Vai, he learned to play guitar from Joe Satriani. Joe Satriani tells a good story of some kid named Steve that walked in with a guitar in one hand and some strings in the other and said, "Teach me how to play this." Yeah, Steve Vai does some good stuff. Now, Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa is in another fucking league altogether. He being a classically trained musician, the I mean, he's writing rock music for orchestras and doing it with tongue in cheek, some funny stuff. Digger 420 Satriani couldn't pull his name out of my hat yet. Okay, Sparkles S and Kimberly Ashcraft are talking about panties. That's cool. Let's see where we're at here. Satriani is the poor man's Paul Gilbert. Opinions may differ on that. Oh, seriously? John Bourne says, "Can we all take a moment to appreciate the more likes than viewers?" What are we up to? I can't see my likes here. What are we up to? We've got 124 viewers, and thank fuck all of you viewers that are here. Uh, how many likes do we have at the moment? I have no idea. Hmm. Not a clue. Can't see the likes here on StreamYard. 187. Cool. 245. Jesus, 245 likes, 123 viewers. Oh, see, that just tells me that you come in, you like it, and you leave. That's great. For vocal, Van Morrison, great music. So that's pretty sweet. You guys that are here, I appreciate that. There's a lot of other things you could be doing right now. There's a lot of other places you could be. I appreciate just sitting here shooting this shit with me. We got nothing really serious to talk about. As I said earlier, it's just kind of a proof of life thing. I don't want to be away too long without doing a live stream. So I'm just sitting here in my sister's guest room in this comfy little chair, just shooting the shit with you guys. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I'll just keep. I mean, this isn't something that anybody's going to rewatch, I don't think, unless they're like really, really desperate for something that approaches entertainment. This is just me shooting the shit with you guys, but I'll leave it up. Okay, Zappa might be a musical genius, but he named his daughter something really stupid. Moon Unit, yeah, that's it's a product of the times. Moon Unit, Zappa, and his son Dweezil. Don't forget Dweezil. I mean, that's kind of cool. There's probably not many other people in the world that have the name Moon Unit or Dweezil. Uh, Digger 420, it's my birthday. I'm smoking pot and loving chat. Thanks. Jeff, I like shooting the shit. Digger 420, you're one of the originals. You were here from the very, very, very early beginnings. I deeply appreciate that. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day, enjoy your birthday, enjoy the weed, I guess, and enjoy all of your legal vices. Happy birthday and cheers. Mm. Dead Snake Moon Unit. Is that like Mac tonight? Yes, Moon Unit Zappa. That is her name. Mm, that is such good whiskey. Seriously. I know I said it a few minutes ago, but the Glenmorangie Signet. If someone said you can only drink one whiskey for the rest of your life, this would be it. It is such a perfect whiskey. All right, time to change arms here. Why is my left arm is stronger than my right arm? And, uh, there you go. Judging by the name Digger 420, I'm thinking that's a pot smoking Aussie soldier. Naughty boy. Uh, net 420. There you go. Duh. I'm smart. UB40. Boomtown Rats. Oasis. U2. Still playing on the radio every day. The JD trial. Carly Simon's You're So Vain started playing again. Oh, did it? Did You're So Vain start playing again after the Johnny Depp trial? That is hilarious. UB40's Red Red Wine, great song. Chrissy Hine, love, doing the deal with Chrissy Hine. Boomtown Rats. But Boomtown Rats were one of those bands that somehow got famous. They had their couple anthem songs, and then they broke up, and one of their guys became a music god. It became probably the biggest shaker in the entire music industry. And then they tried to get back together, and I think they suck together. Anyway, Oasis, U2. I like. Okay, you're probably a lot of you might hate me for my U2 take. Um, I don't like U2 anymore. I like the old U2. I like U2 before they became U2. For me, the death of U2 was the Joshua Tree album. I mean, the Joshua Tree album is great. There's not a bad track on it, but that's when they became worldwide super uber famous, and they sold out. I do not blame anyone ever for selling out. If you can be a struggling artist or make a fuck ton of money, make the fuck ton of money. But basically, to me, after Joshua Tree, when they said, okay, this is a formula for success, every album of U2 became another variation of Joshua Tree. Pre Joshua Tree YouTube was great. And the same goes with like the Replacements. The Replacements sold out REM before the It's the End of the World album. REM was fantastic. Then everything became a variation on that theme. But hey, sell out, make your fucking money, man. Digger 420 says, nope, but close. I'm a 43-year-old Canadian chick. Favorite Fleetwood Mac song? Chains. No question. Uh, wasn't Digger an old computer game? No, that was Dig Dug. I mean, David Bowie. You can't say David Bowie was amazing. That just kind of that doesn't describe David Bowie. And a lot of people discovered David Bowie too late. I mean, going all the way back to Ziggy Stardust days. Bowie was the shit. I love those good baritone voices. Kind of get me. Yeah. Bowie was, I mean, he was more than amazing. Time to catch up on Chad again. Okay, this gets my shit just because it means I'm old and I don't want to accept it. They play Nirvana on my local classic rock station. There's a station here in Utah back in the day. It was all oldies. So they played great songs from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. It was a great station. I used to love to listen to it. Well, they didn't play much from this. Like it was like the early 70s because it was like the oldie station, and then the classic rock was all the 60s and 70s rock. But yeah, the oldie station would play 50s, 60s, and early 70s. I loved just listening to that drive when I was driving around town and whatnot. Then I go to Korea. Time goes on, and I came back on vacation probably 12 years ago. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the station here in Salt Lake City. Let's turn it on. And they were still like all oldies all the time. And they were playing shit from like the 80s, like, 85, 86, 87. I'm like, what the fuck? They changed their format. And then they said, no, oldies all the time. And then I started thinking that, well, when I was listening to it in the 80s and early 90s, 30 years ago was the 50s and 60s. And then in the 2000s, 30 years ago was the 80s and 90s. So at some point, the shit that I still listen to, all the great songs from the 1980s, are now considered super oldies. Michael Palmer asks, wasn't You're So Vain written about Mick Jagger? Carly Simon has never said who that was about. She lets the speculation just run rampant, which I guess probably at this point is more of a marketing gimmick. I mean, she could say who it was about, but I don't think she's ever said who it was about. Mick Jagger's one. I think Warren Beatty was also one of the people that it was allegedly about. Yeah, they're arrogant AF. Never liked YouTube. YouTube would like them more if you took that fucking beanie off. Oh, they gotta have the style. I like CCR and the Eagles. Classic. Can't do wrong with CCR and the Eagles, especially like the Eagles, where they did fantastic as a group. Individual members, they were all wildly successful. I'm depressed because I'm selling all of my toys to go back to school for nursing. Well, Tracy, sell your toys, go to nursing school, finish nursing school, and buy your fucking toys back. That's what it's about. I've sold shit and gone back and bought that shit back again when I could afford it. Space Oddity, one of the great classic albums from Bowie. How old are you, if I may ask? I just turned 53 a couple of weeks ago. The dude's Lebowski. I hate the fucking Eagles, man. Alan Tempest, yes, correct. Jeff is 53. Most of the bands were great in the 70s and 80s. After that, well, personal preference. Yeah, again, not in again, this is my humble, stupid opinion, personal opinion, probably piss off a lot of you, but fuck off. There's not a lot of good music written after 1990. That's my opinion. I mean, there's a few standout things. I appreciate singers who write and sing their own music without a lot of post production bullshit going on. There's a few rappers I like, not many, but a few. Uh, pop singers, like her or not, Lady Gaga is a fucking awesome singer. And I think she's not a good singer and she's just a mindless pop, Madonna wannabe. Go listen to her duet album with Tony Bennett. Girl can fucking sing. Lady Gaga is an incredible singer with an incredible voice. Billie Eilish, she may be a bit too emo and moody for a lot of people, but that little girl can sing. And when you're 18 and you're singing a theme song to James Bond, you gotta have talent. So I like that kind of talent. And the, there's just too much post production, you know, audio shit going on with vocoder and things that nobody. Everything's electronic. You kids and your electronic music. I just like good artists that write their own shit, sing their own shit, and don't need a lot of post production. And there's not a lot of that after the '90s. My opinion. You probably all disagree with me. See, Nirvana's the one that don't. I'm not a huge Nirvana fan. I'm not a huge grunge fan. I don't get it. I mean, I understand Nirvana and I get that they were, you know, they created an entire new genre and I appreciate their effect on the music industry. Just not my particular cup of tea. They're not classic rock. I would agree with you. They're not classic rock. Roy Orbison, Pretty Woman. I've got a Roy Orbison album in my house from my mom. Yeah, Roy Orbison was great. On the face only a mother could love. Great singers like Roy Orbison and jazz singer Mel Torme had that. They have that beautiful soft voice. Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. That was I had that cassette. That is a goddamn good. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Robin Trower, mm, good stuff. Shaka Khan. Yeah, I asked Steve Harvey. Asked Shaka Khan, "What's with music today?" She she looked him dead in the face and said, "No talent. It's looks." Like it's just different. I get it. I'm an old fuck. I'm a boomer. Fuck me in my opinion, but that's my opinion, and I got it. Tracy Ranger, thank you, man. I appreciate the shout out. I have two dirt bikes, a street bike, a toy hauler. I'm getting rid of this to help pay for school. Oof, oof. Keep the street bike if you can. Sell the street bike last. Sell the street bike last. That keep that as the go to thing there. Wait a minute. Where are we at here? Uh, have, where's where's the super chat? Have I gone past the super? Yes, I have. Gosh, sorry, Steph. Are you having? I'm having a great time. I hope you're all having fun. Strangely, we're getting more and more viewers for this shit show stream. So hey, that's pretty cool. It's like 1 a.m. here. Might have to shut it down in a bit, but hey, that Nirvana take is respectable. Thanks, dude. It's just my oh, Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt. She's okay. I like women, but redheads. I got a thing for redheads, and that she's Bonnie Raitt's got that silver skunk line in her hair. And girl can wail on the guitar. Bonnie Raitt is a phenomenal blues guitarist. Oh yeah. Now, talking about Six Strings Down and Stevie Ray Vaughan and everybody, there is a video out there. It was a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've looked for it and I haven't found the specific one I'm looking for on YouTube. I have it on DVD. It was a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan where a shit ton of blues musicians played Stevie Ray Vaughan covers for this DVD. But then they all jammed to Six Strings Down at the end. And God, it was like the fucking royalty of blues singing this song. And Aaron Neville, who wrote it on keyboards, uh, Dr. John was playing keyboards. The Aaron Neville he was the electronic keyboard. Dr. John was playing piano. It was Bonnie Raitt, Jimmy Vaughn, Eric Clapton, Buddy Guy, BB King, Robert Cray. think that's everybody that was playing. But God, that was a fucking awesome song. I mean, you just had these blues gods playing that song. But yeah, Bonnie Raitt is the shit. I love Bonnie Raitt. Bill Withers is freaking awesome. Yep, Bill Withers is freaking awesome. Right there with the Jeff, we had the best music. Wardrobe Wintermensch. Haven't had fun in years. I'm good at pretending now. All right, let's love Bonnie. Guess Bonnie's getting some love here. Carl Perkins. Yep. But I like a lot of the the old country singers. Like, those of you that are in America and older, I don't know how many of you remember watching Hee Haw. Hee Haw had some goddamn good country people on. If you haven't seen Hee Haw, go look up Hee Haw. Would you ever move back to the States? When I retire, I'll retire and move back here. She was a big influence on Tracy Chaplin. John Mayer was in that video. Yes, he was. You are correct. See, John Mayer is the ultimate sellout. John Mayer was a young blues phenom. If you haven't heard, if you think John Mayer's problem was John Mayer drank the John Mayer Kool-Aid. John Mayer got his own head so far up his fucking ass that he's an idiot. He's trying to clean up his reputation now, but he was as a young kid, he was a phenomenal blues player. Good traditional electric blues, good Chicago blues style. Fantastic. But then I guess he realized you can't make a ton of money playing blues anymore. So then he went down the pop route and made a fuck ton of money, sold out to pop. But hey, that's what it's about. It's about making money. As I said, I don't begrudge anybody for making bucks. Do it. Um, he still plays blues occasionally, but he sold out to pop. Then went girl crazy and just started being a dick. And he's trying to rehabilitate himself now. But yeah, John Mayer was on that Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute album, and he made one of the comments I like. He was an arrogant little prick, but he was good. He was good enough to be arrogant playing blues. And there was a segment where he was talking, and he said, "Yeah, everybody talks about Stevie Ray Vaughan being fast, being a fast guitar player." He said, "I can play as fast as Stevie Ray Vaughan for about 15 seconds or 20 seconds," I think he said. Uh, but yeah, John Mayer's. If you go back and if you can find some John Mayer blues guitar when he was young, good stuff. Linda Ronstadt. Yep. Roy Clark. Yeah. Again, Roy Clark he was one of the stars, one of the main guys on the old show. Roy Clark was a fucking phenom. Buddy guy. Buddy guy's my guy. Uh, League of Vices put in Six Strings Down tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. I always love the Blues Brothers. Oh hell yeah! Blues Brothers is one of those flukes where you get comedians that can actually sing and actually respect the blues. Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, man. Blues Brothers is still one of my all-time favorite movies, and it was great watching the Blues Brothers with my son, and taking him through. Well, yeah, you got to. I mean, God, you've got everybody in that movie, all the great blues, and he loved it. And now it's one of his favorite movies too. Carly Simon, You're Sylvania. We've already talked about Carly Simon. The Blues Brothers, gotta love it. Dan Aykroyd, also this Crystal Skull vodka that he makes, pretty decent vodka. And House of Blues, of course, he started that. Uh, Earl Scruggs, yeah, it's got some hee haw fans going here. Oh yeah, John Mayer. I mean, He acknowledges the blues legends. He just doesn't play it as much. Doc McFuzzball at the supermarket, listening to this in my earbuds while I shop, and I keep shouting yes. Y'all gonna get me thrown out. Does anyone else remember Deja Voodoo? No, I remember Kaja Gugu, but not Deja Voodoo. I don't remember them. Okay, I got some John Mayer comments going here. This is the problem. You have no idea how much John Mayer was into John Mayer. I'll DM you with the inside info. Oh, you have inside info? Yeah, we. I know how much John Mayer was into John Mayer, but if you think I have no idea how much John Mayer was into John Mayer, I'd be interested to know how much more into John Mayer was than the amount I know of John Mayer being into John Mayer. If that made sense. Didn't really care for Buck Owens. Curb your tongue, Knave. Tina Reynolds. Buck Owens. Oh, come on, man. Shame on you. Good God, here we are talking about hee haw and country music and blues, and we're like more people are joining the chat. This is weird. I expected everybody just to bail on me at this point. Uh, Deja Voodoo, Kiwi rock band from the 90s with lyrics like, I like songs that always rhyme. That's why I made this one rhyme. There's a great Alice Cooper song that nobody knows about unless you're like a sick, like way degenerate Alice Cooper fan. It's called The Song That Doesn't Rhyme. The song that didn't rhyme. Uh, if you want a good song about the music industry, listen to Alice Cooper's The Song That Didn't Rhyme. Crossroads 2007. Oh, Derek Trucks, alive, alive. Greg Allman. Did you have to put alive in front of that? Alive, Greg Allman, Buddy Guy, BB King, etc. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic, getting into the funk. George Clinton was the shit for punk, man. Punk for funk, and he had some awesome hair too. Let's see here. Where are we at? All right. Norse woman. I'm assuming it's Norse woman. Norse WMN. Legal Vices. Check out Luca Sticcanoli. Pretty cool. I've never heard of this Luca Sticcanoli. You're probably coming from Nick. Oh, Nick finished his local stream. Huh? Okay. Come on, Nick. Dump. Oh, I guess you can't do the dump straight from locals to me. Commander Cody, good stuff. Johnny Cash, my son loves him. Just it's like, Johnny Cash is one of those people you don't have to talk about when you're talking about music. You know, when you're talking about great musicians, you don't have to talk about Johnny Cash. You don't have to talk about David Bowie. They're just there. They're just kind of above the conversation. Uh, you know, I'm like, Johnny Cash's guitar style is so ridiculously basic and simple. It's basic, the doon chicka doon the stuff that he does, but it's so basic that it's incredibly difficult to play. There's a great story of Keith Richards from the Stones. Keith Richards, who is a guitar god in and of himself, going to Johnny Cash and saying, "Dude, teach me how to play like that." So when you have Keith Richards asking you to teach him to play something in a certain style, you must be good at it. Um, there is a thing about being so simple it's difficult, which is like, you know, a lot of people cover the basic Stevie Ray Vaughan songs that they can. Uh, the songs that humans can play that Stevie Ray Vaughan plays, which would be like Mary Had a Little Lamb, uh, Pride and Joy, easy songs that just have like the rolling rhythm to them. I mean, nobody's going to be playing Stevie Ray Vaughan barrel house shit the way Stevie Ray Vaughan plays it. But his brother Jimmy Vaughan, way underrated guitarist, way underrated guitarist. Uh, and I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan, being the music god that he is, was talking about Jimmy in an interview and said, he said, Stevie Ray Vaughan about himself said, I play about 95% of what I can. And my brother Jimmy plays about 2% of what he can. And like the problem that I had with learning Jimmy Vaughan songs is it's not what he played, it's what he didn't play. He has these weird silences where they don't seem like they belong. He goes slow where you feel like you want to go fast. He leaves notes out. He doesn't resolve chord progressions. You just want to finish it, but you can't. So it's not what so that's a lot of things. It's not what you can play, how fast you can play it. Sometimes it's what you don't play that makes you a great musician. And that was what Johnny Cash was, I think. His style of playing was so basic that it's actually really, really difficult to replicate. I'm just rambling like an asshole here. Nick did a local stream, apparently. Uh, George Clinton, Alice Cooper, Billy. I got in trouble for singing Alice Cooper's $1 Billion Babies when I was elementary. One of the first records I had. Uh, $1 Billion Babies is still in my collection. And I love and I appreciate that my mother got that Alice Cooper was vaudeville. He was entertainment. He didn't really, he's not really a devil worshiper and all this shit. I mean, $1 Billion Babies has some of that album has some of the greatest lyrics on it. I mean, the song Marianne, it's a nice little love ballad. It's an Alice Cooper love ballad. That the lyrics are awesome. It's Marianne. Uh, I can't live without you, Marianne. You're my stars and sand. It was just basic love song, and then the very last line, you know, so Marianne, can't live without you. Do what I can, Marianne. I thought you were my man. just the last line. Just what? This beautiful little couple-minute love ballad ends with Marianne. I thought you were my man. There's a lot of good stuff like that. Where we at here? Listening while making a helmet. Okay. Why are we making a helmet? One of my favorite movies is Walk the Line. That was a great movie. Joaquin Phoenix did a very, very good job. And yeah, Reese Witherspoon. She played his wife. Carter family. Love the Carter family. Good, solid. Good, solid. Gods of country. Uh, Zeppelin is fundamental rock. Yep. Uh, Harry met Sally moment in supermarket. Jimmy's a rhythm guitarist, but he's awesome too. He plays some mean lead too. Don't think he doesn't. Anybody know Billy Zoom? Nope, not me. Uh, the Clash, the Cure, all those are good. Adele and Ed Sheeran. Yeah, okay, those are two modern people that I can. I mean, Adele, I think she has a fantastic voice. Ed Sheeran, he's a little bit too sugary, poppy for me, but cannot deny he's not a good songwriter and he has a great voice. I respect it. Not my first thing I pull out when I want to listen to music, but yeah, I can get behind Adele and Ed Sheeran being good modern music. Zeppelin, lots more Zeppelin talk. Disturbed. Yeah, Black Widow. Alice Cooper's Black Widow is also a he. Uh, yeah. That's what I like about Alice Cooper. He's funny as hell. Um, there's a song called "Cold Ethel" that is another one of my favorite Alice Cooper songs. It's about a guy that's having sex with a frozen corpse. It's funny. I mean, it's like he's talking about being with Ethel. Here we are in refrigerator heaven. It's like, cold Ethel, I'm stuck on you. Just the double entendre in that is just great. Cold, cold Ethel. Cold Ethel, hey, I'm stuck on you. Uh, Raped and Freezing is a great song about a guy that gets kidnapped and raped by a girl. uh, there's funny stuff. I think Alice was discovered by Frank Zappa. Correct statement. Uh, yeah, Alice Cooper, Frank Zappa saw Alice Cooper play and said, "I need to introduce you to some record agents." And so Frank Zappa, being Frank Zappa, got a bunch of record execs together for uh, for dinner, and just said there he has this great new singer named Alice Cooper. So obviously he set them up to hear some sort of Joni Mitchell, Carpenter's kind of wholesome girl named Alice, and then Alice Cooper and his band came out and shocked people. And a lot of the same songs they sang on that first set are on an ancient Alice Cooper album that's really hard to find, called Alice Cooper Live at the Whiskey A Go Go. Yeah, Frank Zappa was very very instrumental in discovering and Alice Cooper the first, Alice Cooper the band, as opposed to Alice Cooper the person, the record contract. Ooh, where do my screen just flicked? Okay. Oh, okay. Back to the helmet, trying to get back into armor. You were into armoring, and now you're getting back into armoring. Cool. That'd be sweet. My daughter loves Frank Sinatra. Can't the Rat Pack? Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra. Great lounge singer types. Ever hear the band Ween? No, I haven't heard the band Ween. Hey, greetings from Sweden. Well, greetings to you there. Entry required in Stephen. Billy Gibbons did a good 16 tons, and what do you get? Nick should fat shame Adele. Adele's she's skinny now. She's lost it. She's down there hot and sexy and skinny now. Okay, again, Bob Marley is one of those people that when you talk about good musicians, he's just above the discussion. And we haven't talked reggae on here. Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley, good stuff. The Streak. Oh, who sang The Streak? That was good thing the chat's off. That's God dang it. There's Streak and a couple other like parody, like the comedy songs. God dang it, who was that? Tom T. Hall. Tom T. Hall was like Convoy. God, I can see his face. Curly hair, big mustache. Damn it, who sang The Streak? Someone tell me. God damn it. Airborne is a good Aussie band. Sounds like AC/DC. Yes, they do. Good. Airborne is a great band. So is Avenged Sevenfold. Uh, you look like one of those people whose head could be turned upside down and no one would notice. I don't know what that means, but should I be offended by that? Oh, come on. My camera turned itself right side up. I wanted to see what the hell this upside down head thing is. I don't know how to respond to that, but Adele, now she looks sickly. Yeah, I think she's looking good. Alice Cooper knew Groucho Marx. He was very, very good friends with Groucho Marx and Salvador Dali, actually. Very good friends. Brian May, yeah, we love Brian. We've been talking about Brian. Uh, where are we at here? Conway, no, Conway Twitty. There's nothing to laugh about there, man. Uh, it would have been 87, 88. There was a great concert with Randy Travis, Conway Twitty, and Reba McEntire that I went to. Uh, Conway, the only problem with that concert was it was rather hard to concentrate on Conway Twitty's singing because he was wearing this salmon pink, like one piece Elvis jumpsuit looking thing, which was really distracting. But no, Conway Twitty's great, man. Ray Stevens. Yes. Thank you. It was Ray Stevens that sang The Street. God, like I could see his face in my head. I just couldn't pull his name out. Things you don't think about when you live in Korea for 34 years. Ray Stevens. The day the squirrel went berserk. That was great. Yeah, dead skunk in the middle of the road. That was a good one. Uh, yeah, that was like kind of the thing in the late '70s was these parody songs. You had, like I said, Tom T. Hall singing trucker songs. Ray Stevens doing his thing. Uh, Roger Miller can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. Good song. Good songs like that. Uh, Willie Nelson, whiskey for my women, beer for my horses. My Willie's another great. Okay, there's 100. This is just weird that there's 156 of you just here listening to me talk about absolutely nothing important. I mean, well, see, that's the thing. There's no big, deep legal topics to talk tonight, but music is important to everybody. You hear almost never will you hear anyone say, "I hate music." Still no, still no explanation of what this my head could be on upside down and nobody would notice thing. Shebang. All right, trying to catch up on chat here real quick. Who was the country singing lady who was on Lamb Chop? Wardrobe Untermensch. If you're talking about like Sherry and Lamb Chop the puppet, you are older than dirt. And I know that because I'm older than dirt. Her name's Sherry, or is it? Hopefully there's a group called Lamb Chop. I don't know, was there a country singer on Lamb Chop? If we're talking about the same Lamb Chop, I don't know. My Dingaling, Chuck Berry. I've got to tell a My Dingaling story sometime. Who the fuck is Alice? Lol. A boy named Alice. Do- Dolly. Again, country singer Dolly is above the discussion. She's Dolly. Kimberly Ashcroft. Conway did wear some nut huggers, not as tight as the as the plum smugglers Dwight Yoakam would wear. Well, the girl that I went to the Conway Reba and Randy Travis concert with, she was a huge Dwight Yoakam fan, and yeah, she did like the jeans. God, I haven't listened to. I'm gonna have to listen to some Dwight Yoakam tonight. I haven't listened to Dwight Yoakam in forever. I loved his hat. He had some damn nice hats. I need to get me some. Need to get me some Dwight Yoakam style hats. He had like the serious bends in the hat. I like those. Guitars and Cadillacs and hillbilly music. Uh, did the Weird Al movie come out? That's going to be fun. I can't wait to see that. Jim Stafford, dude. Oh, the Jim Stafford songs, the Wildwood Weed. This was the song called the Swamp Witch, or was it just about a swamp witch? There was a song, Swamp Witch. Yeah, I had a Jim Stafford cassette. Yeah. Wow. Thank you for that blast. We could have talked about music for a billion years, and I never would have had Jim Stafford come to mind. Yeah, there was like the Wildwood Weed, the Swamp Witch. There were some other good songs on there. Mac Davis. My mom was a big Mac Davis fan. I think I might have a couple of Mac Davis albums in storage. Not sure. I remember Alice Fritzl. I do not know Alice Fritzl. Uh, I love music. Well, good. Everybody should love music. Where are we at here? I got kicked off a bus in high school for singing My Ding-a-ling. Sweet. Could not figure out how Dwight got those pants on. I never dwelled on it too often. Okay. I never dwelt on it. Okay, you are correct. Wardrobe Intervention Lamb Chop. Okay, you're older than dirt. Welcome to the Older than Dirt Club. Sherry and lamb. Yeah, there's Sherry and lamb chop. And, well, Minnie Pearl was just. I mean, she's the grandmother of the Grand Ole Opry. Was was there a country singer on Sherry and Lamb Chop? I don't recall. Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop was a kids puppet show, like in the fucking 1960s, maybe into the early 70s. A little puppet sheep, little lamb puppet called Lamb Chop. Boxcar Willie. Wow. Remember them Hawking Boxcar Willie songs? Those are some of the original infomercials. Hawking Boxcar Willie songs on TV late at night. Not available in stores. Mm, catching up on chat here. I'm getting way behind. Jolene, like asking for your favorite Dolly Parton song is like asking which child you love more. Oh, that's right. Dwight Yoakam played Doyle on Sling Blade. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Donovan. There you go. There's a blast from the British past. For years, I didn't know that Garth Brooks had like an alter ego that made an album. It was totally weird when I found. So, see, that's the thing about music. I feel really, really bad for people that only like one genre of music. Like, oh, I only listen to heavy metal. I only listen to rap. I only listen to country. I only listen to classical. You miss out on some amazing things. There is so much good music in every genre. If you keep yourself open to other things, you can learn things, you can have new experiences. I think it's just sad when someone only listens to one type of music and deprives them of other experiences. And it's like Garth Brooks. I mean, he's a country legend. He's a country music god, but he's also a huge Kiss fan. He does some really good Kiss covers, and he's played with Kiss. So yeah, I mean, he knows music is music. Learn to love things about every genre of music. I'll listen. I mean, Jimmy Buffett's some good. My sister's a huge Jimmy Buffett fan. I listen to Jimmy Buffett. She's a huge fan. Stan Rogers, the Witch of the Mess, Westmoreland. Good son. For those of you that don't know Stan Rogers, that's your assignment. Write this down on a piece of paper. Stan Rogers. Go to YouTube and do a deep dive on Stan Rogers. Um, I was introduced to Stan Rogers by a girl I had a crush on in 1988. Love Stan. Again, Stan Rogers got everything I love. Good music. He's got a great baritone voice. He was a Canadian folk singer from like Nova Scotia area. Sing some good sea shanties. Uh, so it's, good maritime type songs. Uh, Witch of the Westmoreland's a good one. The Mary Ellen Carter is a good song about raising a ship. Uh, God, there's so many good Stan Rogers tunes. Uh, yeah, I could rabbit hole Stan Rogers for a billion years. Witch of the Westmoreland's a good one. I mean, Harrison the Mayor is a great song about a guy that got killed for defending his wife. I mean, Stan Rogers, write it down and watch some Stan Rogers. That's my homework to all of you. Next time we do a live, I'll be following up to see how many of you listen to Stan Rogers. I cannot recommend Stan Rogers is an unknown that should be greatly known. Uh, Good entry point. Listen to Stan Rogers. What would be a good entry song? Well, Barrett's Privateers is a classic. It's a classic Stan Rogers song. Do it. You won't regret it. Thank you for bringing him up, Sir Mouse. The Beach Boys. Anybody know Ray? No, John Hooker. John Hooker is one of my John Lee Hooker is one of my Chicago blues gods. Charlie Pride. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Habida Hubada. Thank you for the super chat clarification here. Let's see what it says. You look like the type of guy that's bad at golf, but good at telling stories in a group of husbands. Okay. So I'm going to take that to mean you don't mean that it's hard to tell whether my head is upside down or not, or, yeah, I'm a goofy looking fucker, which I know I am. I'll take that to mean that because I'm such an interesting and witty guy, you wouldn't notice if my head was on upside down. Thanks, I think. Yeah, Garth Brooks as a rocker was too weird. Good song. He's a good singer. I think it's late enough to ask the question. Do you love black people? Yes, I do. Beta. Nope. I can remember when my dad bought Coward of the County and played it for us kids. Kenny Rogers. See, and I mean, this isn't me bragging or anything, but you've seen like the kinds of things we're talking about here, and just and that's why I love and appreciate my father he's definitely the kind of guys. There's two kinds of music, country and western. But mom listened to everything. I mean, mom would listen to literally everything. I said she introduced me to Ted Nugent, to Alice Cooper, uh, to Cher, uh, the Osmonds for fuck's sakes, you know, Dean Martin, Elvis, Roy Orbison. She listened to everything. She listened to lots of world music, like Mama Africa, Miriam Makeba. She is basically a leader for anti-apartheid activities in South Africa. I mean, she would have me listening to these things. Like, I know we have some people from South Africa here. I don't know if anybody here is from South Africa right now is on chat, but I know we have some regulars from South Africa. But Miriam Makeba, everybody knows her there. She's a hero. Stan Rogers. Thank you, Sir Marius. Again, Stan Rogers, The Witch of the Westmoreland is my favorite. Did you listen to the Dreadnoughts like you were supposed to? No, I didn't. I haven't done it yet. I had vacation. I swear to God, I'll listen to it if I remember. Dreadnoughts. I know I wrote it down. I know it's on my notepad back in Korea. I'll try to remember to listen to it when I'm here. Hee haw. Yeah, we've been talking about hee haw. We talked about hee haw a little bit earlier. We're still trying to remember the the country singer on the Sherry Lewis and the Lamb Chop show. Great Canadian Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah, like, if you haven't seen the video I did on the actual wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, please go watch that. Death metal. Uh, see, that's my problem with the. To me, everything is death metal, but I have a friend who played bass, and well, he plays bass. He was in a Russian band that warmed up for Limp Bizkit and things like that. So I was like, oh, they're a great death metal band. So, no, they're like this type of metal or that. It's all death metal. All loud music is death metal. But Amon Amarth, probably my favorite. Mm, yeah, still trying to desperately check to catch up to chat. Leonard Skinner, the band, Marshall Tucker band, Allman Brothers, great stuff. Nobody likes classical music. Oh, I love classical music. Just when you're kind of a conversation to killer. Oh, that's why I prefer Mozart. Whatever, Nocturne, Opus One. But there's some great classical music. Hollywood Vampires is cool. Watching them do each other's songs. Some good. Yeah, they put out some good tunes. I'd love to see a Hollywood Vampires thing. Digger 420 Stan Rogers has the most beautiful voice. He does. He has just a beautiful, rich baritone voice that you don't hear a lot of people have. Georgina Archer, you told your family about your YouTube, otherwise they'll wonder why you're chatting to yourself. Nobody knows. I've told nobody about it. Uh, there's only two people I know that have accidentally discovered me. I'm waiting to see how long it takes. Everybody's asleep now. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here. Glenn, this is the song that doesn't end. Glenn Campbell. Yeah, we've been talking about Glenn Campbell. Mentioned that he was a world class bagpipe player. Actually, won a bagpipe playing competition, I believe, at one point. The Idiot. That's a good song. Idiot, I suppose. We're the Crystal Gale and Dolly Parton are sisters. Did I just learn something? Did we? Huh. I honest to God didn't know that. All right. Wow. Learn something new every day. Oh, there you go. Let's do a sea shanty. Bring me sugar and tea and rum. Go listen to Stan Rogers, Barrett's Privateers. Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. 9-volt transistor radio. Art Bell and Wolfman Jack kept me going. Art, yep, AM radio overnight. Art Bell. Listen to Art Bell from God, I was 12 or 13, and until he died a few years ago. Yeah. And Wolfman Jack. Yeah, I remember Wolfman Jack. Gotta listen to this Wolfman Jack. He kept the rock and roll alive, man, when it was dying. Uh, again, Art Bell. Speaking of Crystal Gale, she recorded one of Art Bell's theme songs, "The Midnight in the Desert," about Art Bell. Crystal Gale is Loretta Lynn's sister. Um, so are we saying that Dolly Parton, Crystal Gale, and Loretta Lynn are sisters? I know I watched Coal Miner's Daughter, so I know some of this, but I didn't. Had anyone ever listened to Christopher Lee's album? There you go, Saruman from Lord of the Rings is probably where most of you know Christopher Lee from. He played Saruman, the old Saruman, but I remember him from the old Dracula movies, the old monster films from the 70s, the 50s, and 60s. Uh, yeah. Oh, he also played Count Dooku in Star Wars, the Saruman. He did two death metal albums. Uh, One of them was about Charlemagne, King Charlemagne. Only Christopher Lee could sing a death metal album about King Charlemagne and have it be fucking awesome. Yes. So Kay Shiloh Williams, I have. Uh, if you want to listen to some wild shit, go listen to Christopher Lee's heavy metal albums. And he also does an explanation. There was like an interview where he was talking about it. Christopher Lee, this guy was like fucking 90 years old, who was one of the greatest, most prolific actors in the history of cinema, explains in that ancient age of his why heavy metal is good music. Have you heard the mix with John Lee Hooker and Jim Morrison doing Roadhouse Blues? No, I have not. Wow, cool. Neil Diamond, coming to America today. Yep, jazz singer. Good. We like some Neil Diamond. No, that wasn't Neil Diamond. That's right. Uh, the big song. I'm getting tired. My brain is shutting down. We've been doing this for about 3 hours. Uh, the Neil Diamond song. God damn it. Fuck me. Cher's like my cousin. Okay. Remember Tom? Oh, I love Tom Jones. I have a lot of Tom Jones albums. My mother was huge into Tom Jones, and he's writing some saucy songs. Sweet Caroline. Yeah, that's the song I was trying to think of. Sweet Caroline. My tired delirium that slipped my title. The title slipped my mind. Tom Jones. Uh, yeah, mom liked Tom Jones. She thought he was pretty sexy. Uh, Great. Like I said, even in his old age, he's writing these saucy songs like "The Lead" and "How to Swing It." All right, boy. So, so what we're saying is Crystal Gale, Dolly Parton, and Loretta Lynn are all sisters. Weird. Like Aretha Franklin. Oh, see, VJ says Miriam Makeba is amazing. He is. Aretha Franklin stepped in last minute to fill in for Pavarotti. She could do it. She could take Pavarotti to church, man. You look like the Long John Silver's version of Mr. Clean. Thank you for the $5 it took you to say that. Long John Silver's version of Mr. Clean. Come for the lobster and we'll wash the dishes. Come for the freak, stay for the food. Remember laughing. Oh yeah. Smothers Brothers. All the comedians from the 60s, 70s were in laughing. Dang. Y'all are old as fuck. I don't feel so bad. I was just thought like doing this YouTube thing, I'd have like a bunch of like tweeners and shit that wouldn't have any fucking idea what I'm talking about. But I like you old fucks here. I can relate to you peeps. You're my peeps. Old fuckers unite. Yanni, Jesus. Nobody likes Madonna. Ah, old Madonna. Again, I think the Like a Virgin album. Well, no, after that, what she did, the album that the La Isla Bonita was on. But like the older, I like the Material Girl age, like before Like a Virgin. Cannibal Corpse. There you go. There's some good music. Judas Priest. Ronnie James Dio. I'm not sure if I want to burn my Ronnie James Dio concert story yet or not. Got a good Ronnie James Dio concert story. Should I burn it now or should I save it for later? Let me know what you think in the chat. Eventually, when I get down there, I'll kind of have a general idea because it's a good story. I don't know if this is one I want to burn 3 hours into a stream with only 140 people watching. I got a good, well, what I think is a good John Lee Hooker concert story. I mean, John Lee Hooker, where'd that come from? Ronnie James, Ronnie James Dio story. Robbie Williams. That's definitely a girl's take. Robbie Williams had one of my ex-girlfriends loved Robbie Williams. So. One of the silly shows was the Gong Show. Yes. Chuck Barris. Sticks. Yeah. I was listening to some Sticks just before I got on the airplane. Underrated band. Underrated. Take me back to my boat on the Jersey Boys. Yeah. Great musical. Great movie, but you gotta go to the source. Ravel's Bolero, sexiest song he's ever heard. Do, 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 do. Get the drum going there. I'm just trying to Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. Have to say the Blues Brothers did a better version. Just saying. I'm guessing your dad was a movie 10. Old Bo Derek, yeah. Do you wear proper cowboy boots in South Korea? No, I've been thinking about getting a pair of boots before I leave this time. The problem is that you're so limited in when you can wear cowboy boots in Korea because they're too fucking hot in the summer, and the winter you have zero traction. You hit some black ice or some dirt covered ice, and you're just dead. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some cowboy boots to take over. Oak Ridge Boys, Elvira. My heart's on fire, Elvira. More than the Oak Ridge Boys. I like the Oak Ridge Boys a lot, but the country groups like that, the Statler Brothers were my go-to. I say Statler Brothers were number one. Oak Ridge Boys would be number two for like the group country music, the country music groups. Oh, there you go. Tina Reynolds. Remember the Statler Brothers? Yep. As I just said, they were sort of my number one large country group, followed by Oak Ridge Boys number two. Statler Brothers actually helped me get through my divorce a little bit. There's a good Statler Brothers song that I used to listen to a lot. Delilah, Tom Jones. That's one of my karaoke. That's one of my go-to karaoke songs. Crackle and Rosie, Get on Board. Neil Diamond. Yep. Yes, I was thinking of Sweet Caroline. I don't know how this slipped my mind, but it did. Cherry. Nice. Nice. Dude. Okay, now see Tom Jones is still alive as far as I go. Cat Stevens is still alive. Yeah, he's gone back to playing music. Thank God. Once he realized that Islam wasn't against music like he originally thought, so he went back to playing. That's good. Jeff Beck is 78. Dang. Miss Karen Carpenter. That's the old joke. If Mama Cass and Karen Carpenter had shared that sandwich, they'd both be alive. Oh shit, I just skipped through a fuck ton of comments. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. Got ourselves back. I saw Dio in concert. Saw Dio in concert a couple times, except I've got the story. Okay, we have one vote for burn the story now and one for save it. Dio, I was nearby the hospital when Dio died of stomach cancer. Oh, that would suck. My uncle did coke with Ronnie James Dio at a hotel. Spill it, it'll be a premiere. It's not that good of a story. It's good to me. It just, we'll save the Dio story for another time. It's yeah, Styx is way underrated. Macho Man. The Carol Burnett show is see those old variety shows like Carol Burnett, the Sonny and Cher show, the Donnie and Marie show, Hee Haw. Just don't make those anymore. But God, Carol Burnett was the shit. She is so funny. And I mean, everybody in that show was just hilarious. Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. Pantera back together. Oh yeah, cool. Kate Madison loved the Statler Brothers. Good, good, good. Yeah, we've been talking about Hee Haw. Talked about them quite a bit earlier. Uh, oh yeah, we had a long discussion about Stevie Ray Vaughan. Hey, Isabel Randy, you caught me live. What's up? You caught me at the tail end of being live. Got about 5, 10 more minutes, and we'll call it quits. It's been 3 hours. I only want to do an hour. I just talk too fucking much. Phil Spector, who created his wall of sound productions, turned out to be a twisted fuck. Actually, I guess he was all along. Yeah, uh, that happens when you shoot women dead. Tom Jones is dead. No, Tom Jones isn't dead, is he? Oh, seriously? Hang on. Okay. Whoa. All right. Tom Jones. Dad, really? Etta James. I mean, Etta James is legend. I want some confirmation on this. Tom Jones is dead a while ago. Someone give me a death date for Tom Jones because I think he's still alive. And apparently, if I switch screens here, it'll knock me off of StreamYard because StreamYard's gay that way. Oh, I hate karaoke. Just how legal advice. It's nice you're also enjoying karaoke. It's very popular in the Philippines. I fucking hate karaoke. I hate going. You have to get me incredibly liquored up to go. And when I go, I have a core few songs that I sing, and they're all short. They're all short. Uh, so here's why I think Tom Jones has been alive. I think he's still alive. I assume you're talking about the Mama Cass joke. Yeah, you never heard that Mama Cass joke before? Lots of people wanting me to. Yeah, see, Tom Jones is alive and well, aged 82. Now we have the battle of Tom Jones. Somewhat, Linda Ronstadt, yeah. You put Dio in a headlock? No, but I punched Liberace in the stomach when I was 4 years old. How's that? That's the story I'll burn now. My mother's godmother lived in California in San Bernardino. Uh, we visited her for the first time when I was about 4 years old. Her name was Abby. We just called her Grandma Abby. So she wasn't actually my grandma. It's just like one of those old people you call grandma, but she was my mother's godmother. Uh, she played keyboards in an old, I mean, like way back in the 40s, I think it was, in a group called Abigail's Combo, and her son was an opera singer. But so she hung around with like the musical elite in the 70s, like the lounge singer elite. And my mother was a huge Liberace fan, so she arranged, I guess, for Liberace to come over to her house when we were there visiting, and we met him. I think it was. See, that's how weird my musical upbringing is. I knew who Liberace was when I was 4 years old. I still have my mother's Liberace albums in my house. Uh, but yeah, it's a vague memory, but I remember he gave I don't think my sister was on that trip. I think she's my younger sister. I think she stayed with my grandma. But I remember Liberace gave me and my older brother a silver dollar. And my older brother was like, "Oh, thank you very much." And me being a 4-year-old little shit who was just trying to be to be noticed and to be the laugh of the party. Liberace gave me he put the silver coin in his hand, and to thank him, I punched him in the stomach. Mom knocked the shit out of me for that one. I remember. Had to apologize to Liberace. Mother was unimpressed. So there we go. There's my Liberace. I punched Liberace in the stomach when I was 4. So I didn't put Dio in a headlock, but I punched Liberace in the stomach. Uh, all right, let's wing Rainbow in the Dark tour. That's the tour that my Dio story comes from. Was the Rainbow in the Dark tour. This is going down as the #1 stream on YouTube forever. We talked about Amber Heard for 5 minutes, Uvalde for 5 minutes, and music for 2 hours and 55 minutes. Okay. Holy diver, great. Oh my God, don't even say holy diver. Didn't you know if you say that, the guy you're saying it will show up in your mirror or something? Hey, I'd love it if Ronnie James Dio showed up in my mirror. That'd be awesome. We could have some cool talks. Kate Madsen, yes, you were wrong. Tom Jones is alive. Tom Jones reanimated. It's not unusual. I hope that's a Tom Jones reference. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Let's see. Yep, we've got the Tom Jones story. Bass. What did I say that was bass? Did I say something bass recently? Bob Seger. Yeah. Silver Bullet Band. Ooh. CCR. That's one. Yeah, I have a couple of CCR songs in the repertoire if I'm forced to go to karaoke. Oh, Doc McFuzzball sent the tea on young John Mayer to your Twitter DM. Sweet. We'll look that up. ABBA, The Winner Takes It All. That song's a joke between me and one of my friends here in Korea. She's funny. That's just one of those things. Like if you just want to make someone laugh, we just look at each other and go, "The winner takes it all," and we think it's funny because there's a long backstory to that. I still follow Melanie Safka on YouTube. Alexander Beetle lay down. I do not know them. Something new. Ozzy Osbourne died 30 years ago and just didn't realize it. Kind of like Keith Richards. And Keith Richards is just a zombie. He's just pickled. He's never going to die. Eric Clapton, so tragic. Wow, punching gays at 4. Based as fuck. I wasn't intentionally punching gays at 4. Oh my God. You guys are sick. Gut shot lib. Yeah, that's just. See, the thing is, like, I never thought I had interesting stories. I never thought I had like any experiences that were worth ever talking about. But like doing my own show here, being on Legal Mindset, on Legal Bites, on Nick's stream, on Farron's stream, and just talking about shit brings up these stories, and I realize I've had some pretty weird experiences in my life. I mean, there's probably not a lot of people that can say they gut punched Liberace at 4. And I never would have brought up that story if someone hadn't made a random comment about putting Dio in a headlock. I never would have thought about that Liberace story. Gut shot lib. Oh, Lord. Phew. Someone asked Clapton who's the best guitar player, and he said Prince is effing good guitar player. Seriously. Otis Redding, yeah. All right. Oh, we Doc McFuzzball. I thought you were out of here. Came back. Okay. Doc McFuzzball is going to set the record straight here. Famous first cousins: Mickey Gilley, John Lee, Johnny Lee, looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces. And Jimmy Swaggart? I have sinned. Mickey Gilley, John Lee, good stuff. Jimmy Swaggart, former televangelist, if you're not aware, one of the largest evangelical TV Sunday morning TV shows here in America. Uh, got caught with the hookers, hooking for Jesus. Yeah, Jimmy Swaggart got busted with hookers and porn in his car. Had to do that. I have sinned in the eyes of God. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Speech. Jimmy Swaggart and Johnny Lee are first cousins. Okay. Sir Marhouse. Allow me to simp for Stan Rogers all the hell you want. Never, never, never say anything bad about someone simping for Stan Rogers. Dude died a hero. Criminally under listened to. Everyone listen to that. Listen to the idiot. I'm an idiot, I suppose. Yeah, Stan Rogers died a hero. He died young too. I think he was 37 when he died. He was in a plane crash. It wasn't one of these plane crashes that happens 30,000 feet above the ocean and everybody dies on the way down. It was a crash landing. Uh, and Stan Rogers was helping people out of the plane. You know, get someone out, go back in, help somebody else go back in, and eventually the smoke got him. Died of smoke inhalation, helping get everybody else off of a plane that crashed that he was on. He definitely died a hero. Needs to be listened to. Everyone go listen to Stan Rogers, the idiot. Thank you for that, Sir Marhouse. You can pimp Stan anytime. Oh yes, Winner Takes It All is a good drunk karaoke song. Cliff Richard at this point is an animatron. Cliff Richard is still alive? Good lord. Okay. Tom T. Hall. I love Tom T. Hall songs. punching, punching is better than pounding. Wasn't pounding Liberace at 4. Oh God. Shit. We got Digger here. Oh, it's the adrenochrome. Okay. Or pegging. Yeah, but yeah, ain't gonna happen. Give me the quarter, libtard. Gut shot. Cheers to that. Oh God. Mm. All right. Dude, you've had some amazing stories. They're out of this world crazy. You're gonna do well on YouTube. See, that's the problem. That's my big fear. I'm gonna like burn through all my stories real quick, and then I'm just gonna be like, repeat. We still have 145 people here. This is ridiculous after 3 hours. Oh yeah, I haven't done this for about 2.5 hours. Please like, please subscribe. I've lost about 80 subscribers, or 80 to 100 subscribers since I started my vacation. So if you have subscribed to me already, please make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube seems to be going through a purge of people and accounts and subscribers and shit. So check to make sure you're still subscribed. If you haven't subscribed and you're listening to this bullshit, you'll really like it when we talk about serious stuff. So please give me your subscription. Oh God, that was funny. Share, not a first cousin, just on my tree. Okay. Have you visited any haunted spots yet? Uh, Zach Bagans' Haunted Mansion. Went toured that place last night. That was pretty fun. Went there, got the T-shirt. Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures went to his haunted museum here in Vegas. Saw lots of cool haunted shit. It was pretty good. Um, yeah, my vacation 3 years ago, we went. We did. Me and my sister went to the Stanley Hotel where Stephen King stayed when he had the really weird experiences that made him write The Shining. We tried to get in the Stephen King suite where he stayed, but they said that that room books like 8, 10 months in advance. And then we went to Deadwood and stayed at the Bullock Hotel and did like a ghost tour and some ghost tours of Deadwood, Colorado, Deadwood, South Dakota. Then we went to Devil's Tower, Wyoming, where they filmed. Uh, it was like it's the mountain where in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the big ship landed on top of the mountain. We went there. So yeah, that's where we went. We went to Zach Bagans' haunted museum. Let's see. Mickey Gilly's bar is supposed to be haunted. That is correct. It's one of the. I'm not sure it's still in the family, but it's the bar that he owned is supposed to be haunted. Uh, Dennis Leary does have a song called "I'm an Asshole." It's a good song. The one and only Dennis Leary song. Alec Lifeson, I agree. Was someone giving Alec some love? Again, everybody in Rush is great. Uh, what do we have to say about Alec Lifeson? Black Sabbath, self-titled, probably Electric Ladyland. Anyway, we had an Alec Lifeson conversation going on. Do do do. Legal Vice is allegedly gay bashed for legal reasons. No, I punched Liberace when I was 4. All right, just trying. We got to wrap this up here. Legal Vice. I played with Johnny Lee. Told me a joke about asking Swaggart, "Did you really think you could save that girl, the hooker?" Yes. Well, save two for me and Gilly. Nice. Alex Businessman, I've learned so much. You're bordering guru status, dude. Uh, this is what happens when you don't have any friends when you're a kid. You just learn shit. My brain is a scary, dangerous place. There's very little practical, useful information up there. It's just full of lots and lots of meaningless trivia. Bible bashers are the worst sinners, says Georgina Archer. We lived right across the street from a church leader when I was growing up. And remember him once from the pulpit talking about how he was just so proud of his daughters that they were so good and so clean and pure, and all of her the people that knew her from school were like, I think we know your daughter better than you do, Daddy. Any preference on cigars? I'm out by Deadwood. Could send you a few if you like. You're out by Deadwood. We just talked about Deadwood. Went out haunt. God, I love Deadwood. Dead like I would like to retire to Deadwood, South Dakota. That is such a fucking beautiful little town. Uh, any preference on cigars? Well, being in the things how everybody in America is in America and can't have Cubans. Yeah, there's some good non-Cuban cigars. Uh, Rocky Patel makes some good ones. Liga, Drew Estates Liga Privada cigars are good. All of us Series V Milanios are great. I have a buddy who hunts ghosts and travels all over. He has me build all sorts of tools for the top, like 27 different lighting tools, like different spectrums and audio recording devices. That's pretty cool. Oops. Yeah, got to meet Getty and Alex in 2007. Wow, that'd be nice. And Jerry Lee Lewis was cousins with Gillian Swaggart. Yeah, thank you, thank you so much for that, bad weather biker. And if you bike in bad weather, you're a biker. That's some of my favorite times riding motorcycles when it gets, at least when I was younger. When it starts raining, you're like, fuck, it's raining. And then it rains more. And then you kind of get to that point where you're just saturated and you can't get any more wet. You're as wet as you're gonna get, and then you say, fuck it, and you keep riding. That's when bad weather biking is awesome. When you just get to the point where you're so soaking wet from the rain, you just keep going. But then I got a bit older and went, I can afford rain gear. I'm going to buy rain gear. Don't forget about dead puppies. No, that wasn't Dennis Leary, the comedian. That was yeah, that was different. Dennis, it wasn't Dennis Leary, the comedian that did I'm an Asshole. Was the guy's name that did Dead Puppies? Dennis Leary? Was that his name? Or was it like a Leary and somebody else? But yeah, anyway. Dead puppies aren't much fun. Northman, good night. Legal advice from Washington. Enjoy the neighbor's rooster in a couple of hours. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Definitely enjoy the chill live tonight. Stop by tomorrow morning for a release of a trip around Korea. George Strait will always be the king of country. The ex-girlfriend that took me to the Conway Twitty concert, she was also a huge George Strait fan. I enjoy some George. Gotta get to these. Oh, we got down here. Legal vices. I rode in the rain till I got my diamond. Then I told everyone to fuck off. Ogden Edsel, that's right. Ogden Edsel did Dead Puppies. I knew it wasn't Dennis Leary. Giving a lawyer money is like, someone help me out. Well, yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it. Your contributions are deeply, deeply appreciated. I only do one serious grifting day a month, and that's just for shits and giggles, where y'all get me liquored up with $50 shots, which will be happening either in 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now. All right. Well, we've got to the end, 3 hours and 17 minutes into this shit show. Thank you for being here. That's awesome. What's coming up in the immediate future? I think it's scheduled for 5.5 hours from now. I'm going to be releasing a video that I just recently made touring around one city in Korea, Gyeongju, Korea. I went there a couple of weeks ago, got caught in a rainstorm, couldn't do much of anything, so I went back just before I came here. It's the city of kings. It was basically like the capital of one of the Korean kingdoms from about 57 AD, somewhere 50 something AD to 900 something AD. So it was basically for 1,000 years. It was a capital of the Koryo. No, it wasn't. What dynasty was it? The Shilla dynasty. So it's like they call it the city of kings because there's just dozens and dozens of tombs from kings and people there. We go look. I took a video inside. They've excavated one of the tombs out. You can walk in and see what the king's tomb looked like. I did a tour there. Went around the city. Did some other places. So that'll premiere in about 5.5 hours. 5.5 or 6.5 hours from now. I can't remember which. And then I'm going to be totally gone. I'm going camping, going out of cell phone service for 3 days. It was the same Dennis Leary that did the asshole song "Don't Tell Me." I'm thinking of the wrong guy. It was Ogden Edsel did Dead Puppies. Maybe Dennis Leary did a remake of it or a different song called Dead Puppies. But the Dead Puppies we're thinking of was Ogden Edsel. So we'll do the Korean tour of Gyeongju City in 5.5 or 6.5 hours from now. I think it's 5.5 hours. Uh, then Monday, I'm going to be releasing the video I did with Fair and Balanced, about 3 hour long video. Uh, I did Fair and Balanced about ghosts and supernatural stuff and conspiracy theories. Then Wednesday is another whiskey review, and Friday is a about an hour and 15-minute clip from Ricada stream that I did with Fair and Balanced and Nick. And then I'll be back to Korea. So that's kind of the next week and a couple of days. Michael Palmer asks, do you speak fluent Korean? Can you converse with people there? Oh yeah, I've been here 34 years. I speak Korean. No problems. Well, all right. Gosh, guys, the 135 of you that are still here now, appreciate you being here. This was kind of fun. I went 3 hours and 20 minutes, which was literally 2 hours and 20 minutes longer than I thought it would be. Zentz is sticking by that Dennis Leary did Dead Puppy song. I said, it must be a different Dead Puppy song. Because if it's the dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies aren't much fun. They don't come when you call. They don't chase squirrels at all. That was originally done by Ogden Edsel. I don't know if Dennis Leary did a remake or did a different song called Dead Puppies, but the song that I was thinking of was Ogden Edsel. All right. Mods, thank you so much for being here, especially for you nut jobs that stuck around for the entire 3.5 hour deal. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Pop in and watch the premiere of the trip around Korea or catch up on it at your convenience. Thank you for all of those that gave super chats tonight. That was unexpected and deeply appreciated. Like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already done so. And you're all awesome. I love all of y'all. And we will definitely talk to you as soon as possible. Until then, take care and do not forget to enjoy your legal vices. Goodbye, everybody. You're awesome.